A woman is me.
No.
Anyway, I want to talk about something that I am coining the Lolcow to trans woman pipeline. So this is ethanisonline. Ethan is online, most recently for things like trying to help cancel Super Mega for God knows what the they did. Celebrating in watching their sub count fall down because, you know, lest it be actually about a victim in any kind of case and not just wanting to shit on someone. This guy managed to argue that heterosexuals do 80% of, 80% of like sexual assaults when heterosexuals are more than 80% of the population, meaning that what he's saying is that LGBT people are overrepresented in sexual assault. Amazing. What else did we have? He doesn't like predator poachers, seems to think that Chris Hansen style stings don't result in arrests, which is just not true. What's happened is his reputation is in the toilet. He's not friends with that Nick is not green anymore because even Nick is not green has more of a conscience than he does. And he wants to skinwalk his girlfriend. Basically, I have this theory that a lot of trans women become trans women because their life falls down the toilet. This person's channel has fallen down the toilet. He has no reputation to speak of anymore. He is not well regarded by anyone. So he becomes trans. I guess he thinks, you know, back in the day, ContraPoints made shit tons of money transitioning. Philosophy Tube made shit tons of money transitioning. Maybe he'll do the same. It's not going to happen because no one likes you. But anyway, he's coming out apparently. Nice.
Hi everyone. I know this might be a little bit of a weird video. It's weird for me too. So, sorry, I guess. I want to say like 2 months ago, 3
This isn't a man. We're being told that this person with facial hair and a male voice is not a man.
months ago, I realized I was transgender.
You can't realize that you're transgender. That's not how it works. You come to that decision based on factors. You can't realize it because you can unrealize it.
I am a trans woman. In the words of Roseanne Barr, a woman is me.
You're not a woman. Like,
Transgender. I am a trans woman. In the words of Roseanne Barr.
okay, if you're a woman, why does your voice sound like that? Why do you have facial hair? Why is there clearly no breasts going on here? And what's in your pants?
A woman is me.
That one they're asking all the time, what is a woman? I'll tell you what a woman is. A woman is me!
Does anyone remember that?
I was facing criticism, so I've decided I'm part of the You Can't Criticize Me club. Yes, very true. I always thought it was gay. I thought his girlfriend was a supportive roommate. No. No, those two are together and belong together. Realizing they're transgender right at the same time, their reputation falls through is bad timing to say the least. Yeah, it's also very convenient.
Am I the only one? I don't
Oh no, all that dumb shit that I've been doing recently is actually because I realized I'm trans. Like, whatever, bro.
really talk about myself that much in my content. And if anything, it's because I struggled so long to even understand who I was. And I never
Meaningless.
want to come across as disingenuous. But what do you do when you feel disingenuous?
I mean, you made the content that you've made. It's a bit late for that, bro.
In the skin that you're born in. It took me a really long time to even understand how to be honest with myself about this. But I want
What does it mean to be honest with yourself? How do you know that you know yourself? You don't, ultimately. You make your best guesses on stuff. But that's about it.
I make to always be honest and genuine. And I'm Eden. I'm 25 years old, and before probably 2 years honest with myself about this. But I want what I make to always be honest.
Was the Super Mega thing, was that honest? Was that an honest thing that you were doing there?
And genuine. And I'm Eden. I'm 25 years old, and before probably 2 years ago, I would have never even imagined that I was trans. Or
He's been a online leftoid for like a long time. Like Listen, the social contagion didn't hit you back then. It has now. That's fair enough, you know.
Gender queer or anything other than cis. I wasn't raised around gender stuff. I had to learn about all that stuff in school.
Oh, I didn't learn about it when I was tiny, so I couldn't be trans. Sure. That's ridiculous.
And from Family Guy. And as a
When I think genuine, I think professional YouTuber. Yep, very true. I need to speak this. I hate this person. I do not like watching this person at all. Everything about them makes me feel sick.
teenager, I was even reactionary and transphobic because I was misled.
They always were. They always were. H-Bomber Guy was exactly the same. To an extent, ContraPoints was the same. I don't know, who else do you want to talk about? Alec Gunter used to be a right-winger. Destiny used to be a right-winger. I don't know about Vorsh so much. Xanderhal literally got famous based on the I fell out of the alt-right pipeline, I'm not evil, guys. That shit.
Led on what transgender even is. But I always knew that I wasn't comfortable in my own skin. Never excited about the role that I was
That doesn't make you a woman.
expected to fill as a man. And never particularly happy with the person I saw myself.
Then, like, the problem is that what's expected of you as a male maybe shouldn't be. Maybe we expect too much based on what sex someone is, when really we should be allowing them to be themselves a little more. But hey, you tried that and apparently it didn't work because everyone hates you now, so hey.
Growing up to be. Sometimes the things that you don't even choose about yourself are the hardest to see and even harder to come to terms with. Who I am.
By the way, trans is a choice. It's 100% a choice. It's just calling yourself something. Untraveling. Yeah, another one. Yeah, all of them. All of these grifters, they're all the same. And they think that that makes them more genuine because, oh, well, I used to be right-wing and now I'm not. It doesn't. You're not atoning for anything. I mean, this person in particular, they act the same way. They just pick different targets. And they add that extra thing in. I don't know if she used to be a right-winger, but she used to be, like, libertarian and shit. I left the alt-right pipeline. You left Discord, you dipshit. Fair enough.
It's not a choice. The choice that I am making is to embrace who I am, unapologetically and genuinely. And since making that decision, I've been happier than I've been in a long time.
Of course you have, because people are giving you attention. People are lavishing on, oh my god, you're trans. I'm trans too. We should be friends. Can I be friends with you? Because we're both trans.
Disconnect from who I felt like and who I saw in pictures or even my own videos was overwhelming and caused a lot of depression. Passive and recurring thoughts.
Are you sure you just didn't get depressed because someone called you fat and you got upset by it? Who was it, Sensitive Society or something? I don't know.
Patterns limited the scope on who I thought I could be, based on arbitrary things that didn't really matter. But of course, it wasn't as clear as that when
literally what trans is, but okay. Oh, I want to be a woman because I want to wear pigtails, for example. I don't know.
I was feeling it. It felt more like a big internal ball of self-resentment. And
of course, it's performative. His channel fell down the toilet, and this is the only way you can think to save it. Yeah, that checks out. Of course it does, you freak. Like, you remind me of my sister. Oh, we fully support you, Queen. Oh my god, guys. Ethan is online as trans now, guys. Oh, folks. This is how you save yourself if you're on the left. And if you're on the right, you switch your allegiance and then you come out as trans. It's insane. By the way, what's popular? 2 years ago, 2 years ago, 2 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, 1 year ago, 2 years ago, 2 years ago, 8 months ago. Wow. Hang on. Elon Musk is always profitable, I guess. But mostly it's 2 years ago. When was it the super mega happened? I can't remember exactly. Let me just look it up. When was it? About a year ago. So it's pretty big until about 2 years ago, 1 year ago. And then this like super mega shit happens. And then a bunch of other shit happen. He made this really terrible video about predator poachers. He made some terrible video about LGBT people not being groomers, but then used completely the wrong used the source that basically undermined his point completely. 25, by the way. And it's like this like e-girl aesthetic as well. It's like, it's so incredibly transparent. It's so obvious. listen, I transitioned because my life felt like it was in the shitter, when really it hadn't begun much because I was a very late bloomer. And it probably wasn't necessary. It's the same for a lot of trans women, honestly. I mean, what are we getting now? Like 60K talking about fucking Luigi, whatever his name is, fucking murderer. I'm not down with that shit. So if you're hoping that I'm down with that, 2024 Olympics, God knows what his fucking takes on Iman Khalif were. I don't even want to know. And I've apparently watched this video. Like, this is, you're seeing the reverse. When I scroll down, it's like if you see someone falling off a cliff in like a film or something. Scrolling down his channel is like hitting rewind. Yeah. This isn't the place for your fucking free Luigi Mangina memes. Fuck that guy. Fuck murderers. You know what happened? They replaced that CEO straight away. They're all beefing up their security. Now no one's ever going to be able to do that again until someone comes up with an even crazier way of doing that kind of shit. Yeah, no, shut the fuck up. You radicals are idiots, and I don't care. If I burn bridges with half my fucking audience over this shit, I literally don't care. I'm in that kind of mood right now. So, New York's unhinged cop mayor. But yeah, like, you see what I mean? Until fairly recently, like, it's insane. It's insane. He fucking stabbed himself in the face. And now he wants... And now he... Okay, I'm gonna start muting people because you people are annoying me. Get muted. Get timed out. Who else? Who else wants timing out? Who else wants timing out? Mr. Giggles, sure. I already timed you out. Okay. Shut the fuck up. I'm not interested. You want to simp for a murderer, do it on your own time. Don't bring it to my door or I will time you out. It's that simple. I don't fucking care. Anyway, there's my point. There you go. Fell off a cliff. Suddenly now, the groomer narrative is a lie. This was the video. This was the video. He fucked this up. Pretending that like... Okay, YP, I won't time you out, but please shut up. He made this video about the groomer narrative, and the source he used made out that these groomers are more likely to be LGBT. You can't make this shit up. This guy sucks at this. Supposedly he was good once upon a time. I fail to believe that that's true. Like, my partner likes him because he has fucking blonde hair that's kind of long. But truthfully, he sucks. And already has. Always has, excuse me. Lazy content is radicalizing people. Do you know what this is called? This is projection. This is you, bro. This is you, bro. This is what you're doing. This is your shit. Not everyone cares about the US health system. True. And also, I don't like glorifying killing people. Especially when said killing people didn't do shit, is not going to do shit, might make things even worse. I've been called a capitalist simp bootlicker for saying murder is wrong. Yep, that sounds about right. I'm just not down with that shit. Y'all can think what you want about the Luigi shit. Don't bring it to my fucking door. I don't give a fuck. I'm not a radical piece of shit. I'm not a fucking sociopath. Oh, I thought you were talking to me for a sec. But yeah, basically, here's the point I'm trying to make. This person was flying pretty high. His shit fell apart based on his own actions with the super mega thing. We're going to get into... There's another video I've got queued up that will hopefully tell the story a bit better than I just did, especially because you people keep distracting me. It's okay. It's okay. Listen, it's fine. Don't worry. But this is what happens. You attain Lolcow status. You fuck your own shit up. And then you become trans. And then people lavish attention and love onto you. But then, one day... people won't care about you in that way anymore. And you'll have to reckon with the fact that now you're neither really a man nor really a woman. And you look like fucking this. And that's your life now. Amazing. Well done. Anyway, where was I? This video is completely like unhinged. I don't know if there's gonna be a video because I can't stop losing my shit. Anyway. We were listening to this very genuine and honest person talk about their genuine and honest womanhood that they have totally obtained by calling themselves that.
Anger. Sometimes for just not being something else, for not being happy. I struggled with denial for a long time, and I'm not embarrassed or ashamed of that. Even if I've been scared to admit it to myself in the past, I'll never be scared of being who I am again, and I'll never hold myself back like that again. For a long time, I felt that a part of me was truly missing, and I couldn't be more grateful that I did not let my cynicism prevent me.
A part of me was truly missing. Therefore, despite being literally born male, I'm actually a female. Doesn't make any sense. You can spew every cliche you want. Tell the truth. You fucked up. And this is your way of getting out of it. This is your way of making people love you again. And well, you know, it's going to work on some people. I don't actually know who you are, but congratulations on learning who you are. Oh my God, if only you knew. Beef jerky. No, that's because those people are fucking freaks. They have to make everything weird and sexual and hilarious if you're 5 years old, I guess.
From being happy, from being fulfilled, and from being true to myself. I use she and they pronouns.
It's not going to work. You're going to hit the wall. Everyone hits the wall. And I think that's probably more of a cause for our crazy suicide rate than we pretend, to be honest. You know, people feel empty and alone because they fuck their shit. Yeah, true. I definitely left like 5 comments. To be fair, slight feeling of vindication. Wait till you learn about the law on this, freak. Nice.
Pronouns now, and I'm going to be changing.
I changed my pronoun, folks. I changed my pronouns. Please like me, please watch my videos again. I know they're terrible, and I know I make no sense, and I play defense for pedophiles, and I say that LGBT people aren't groomers, and then use a source that makes us sound like groomers. Please love me, please, folks, please. I won't cancel anyone again until I inevitably do, because that's my life.
The names of my channels to match the name change.
Did I hit the wall? Yes. So, what will happen inevitably, especially if you're not very well off, is that you'll get to a place in your transition where you will never look more like a woman than you do. Like, that's you now. And that's where I'm at. That's me now. I could get, like, surgeries and shit, but I can't afford them. So I am as female as I'm ever going to get, which is not female at all. And I had to reckon with that. I could have ended up obsessively trying to become more feminine and driving myself insane. I could have ended up not being able to handle the fact that this is about as feminine as I'll ever get. Or I could have accepted my sex and understood that I'm trans, but I'm still male, because that's ultimately how it is. And that's what I did. And that's the only way I could have continued on, quite frankly. That's what I mean by hitting the wall. And it happens to everyone. If it hasn't happened to you yet, it will.
I want to thank everyone who's supported me and my content the last few years, whether you've seen one video or all of them. It genuinely means the world to me that I have the platform that I do, that I have the opportunity to make videos that I love.
Oh, please don't make me have to get a fucking job at McDonald's again. I want to make money making shitty ass fucking content on the internet. Please, folks. Noah Samson levels of insight. Yeah, Noah Samson fucking sucks, man. Actually, I think Noah Samson might be better than this person, quite frankly. I think he might be a bit better.
For people who enjoy them. If you're out there watching, feeling just as lost as I used to, just know that it can get better, and that it's never, ever too late to try.
Yeah, it's just magically gotten better because he's calling himself a woman now. It doesn't work that way. You're lying to people. Fucking hell. Anyway, let's get some lore, shall we? Let's get some Eden Riley lore.
You know, there's always been an unfair balance.
By the way, this video is by
online
someone.
Politics.
Rude. How dare you? This video is about someone called Big Bungie. Don't know, there's not going to be like slurs and shit, but I don't care about slurs, so I don't know. If you're offended, maybe click away for a bit. But why does that mean you're not a woman? There are cis women that look like you. How many of those cis women were born with XY chromosomes and a penis? How many of those cis women went through puberty in which testosterone virilized them? I'm not a woman. I never will be. And if I continue insisting that that's what I am, I'm denying reality, and I'm not seeing what I claim to be in the mirror. And that was the fucking disconnect for me. Listen, I appreciate it. Like, I don't dislike the way I look that much. I'm going to take the piss out of this fool again. Of course we are. Of course you are. Bags under the... Yeah, this person has been, like, ragging their body with, like, drugs for years, to be fair. Noah Sampson, he could be next. I'm not sure. Medusa haircut, not for everyone. Yeah, people make these... Here's the other thing about, like, being trans. Like, because you're probably going to be quite ugly, you'll do all these weird, like, hairstyles to try and at least look, like, distinctive or something, but it generally just makes it worse. You know what I mean?
You know, there's always been an unfair balance when it comes to online politics entertainment. On the right, you've got these crazy guys doing crazy things and shooting guns and screaming. And then on the left, it's just...
Are you fucking... As soon as I turn the volume up. Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway.
Pedophile, 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 pedophile. I feel bad, they've got nothing. It's just some smug prick talking about something they don't even know about. When my guy talks about something he doesn't...
Yeah, by the way, I'm pretty sure Ethan came up within, like, the Hasanosphere. Fuck Hasan, disgusting human being. Find any stream and he's saying some disgusting things. He's basically the other side version of a Nazi, and I don't give a fuck.
Know about? He's screaming with fury. Your guy's just...
Hasan Piker. Thank you.
To be fair, Hasan Piker does plenty of fucking screaming. Like, what was it? What's the big Hasan meme? I don't know how to spell weaselly.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I think Hasan has a crush on me. I think that's why he keeps kicking me.
This isn't even it, is it? Well, no, because, like, I think his hairstyle is intentional. Yes, I do. Yes. People do that shit intentionally, for sure. What's the Weasley little, like, why can't I find this fucking freak banging on his fucking desk? I'm sorry. Oh my god. Okay.
Nothing I do is performative.
Listen. Not many people that watch me like Destiny, even though I quite like him. Objectively. Come on. There's a level of fucking whatever here. You can make fun of me for enjoying Destiny's content, but, like, what's going on down here? Oh, you can't even see because I'm in the way. Fuck. There we go. What's going on here? Jesus Christ. Anyway, we were doing something.
So I'm not going to, for instance, I'll use Hasan as an example. I'm not going to talk to a black person like Trihex and say, hey, the N-word, it's always black. What do you think black people...
What a fucking liar, dude. What a fucking Weasley little...
We missed the money shot because my shit was in the way. Okay, watch out. Watch the bottom right where I was. Watch for a sec.
And say, hey, the N-word, it's always black. What do you think black people...
What a fucking liar, dude. What a fucking Weasley little liar, dude. What a fucking Weasley little liar, dude. Holy shit, dude.
Excuse me.
Holy
Sorry.
fucking
I'm out of
shit,
control.
dude.
I apologize for that.
Literally lying. Still lying to his audience. Can someone at least fucking...
By the way, he literally got a leg up back in the day from Destiny. Now goes around complaining that he's, like, self-made. He's fucking... Yeah, I don't care. What I'm saying is there's an order here. You can dislike who you want. I just don't really give a fuck. The point is, like, this guy, he pretended that fucking Destiny didn't give him a massive leg up. He pretends that he was doing this like 12-hour-a-day streams to get enough money going so that he can keep it together. He's fucking Chenk's nephew. Not he's fucking Chenk's nephew. He is Chenk's nephew. He's like had all of this handed to him. It's insane. It's grotesque. Fucking, I don't care what people think about someone like Destiny. Hasan is fucking gross in every way I can conceive of. Complete hypocrite. Lives in a fucking mansion whilst being a communist or socialist or whatever, getting airlifted to and from Burning Man while everyone else sits in the fucking queues or whatever, the traffic jam, should I say, trying to get out of Burning Man. Don't know what he was doing with for those people, his fellow people down there on the fucking ground, actually dealing with the regular people shit, because he doesn't fucking care. Self-made from a millionaire family with a millionaire uncle with a media company. Yes, exactly. And then starts streaming, has all of these people fucking helping him up. Destiny gave this guy a leg up. Just because you hate him, that doesn't mean that he didn't do anything for anyone.
They haven't got Alex Jones reacting to his own court loss, making funny noises and faces.
$60 million. Yeah! Emotional distress damages.
Listen, I think the whole Alex Jones Sandy Hook shit was completely fucking cooked, but at least he has a bit of a sense of humor around it.
$60 million.
So this brings us to my little guy, my little fella, ethanisonline. This guy is not unique. There's like 500 of this exact dude.
Asanabi was just doing poverty tourism on Skid Row, filming the homeless like zoo animals. Yep, that sounds about right. I'm sure he did a great job pretending to be empathetic before returning to whatever fucking $1 million accommodation he had that night. Amazing.
They get built somewhere in LA. They got the same politics, the same IQ, the same smugness. But you know what they've not got? They've not got his blood cholesterol percentage. They've not got his BMI score, and you can't take that away from him. You put your finger in his mouth. Put your finger in his mouth right now. You're not getting that back. You're not getting that back, and I tell you that right now. He has a hunger that they don't have, and that's why he's got 250,000 subscribers off his shit takes. I fucking hate politics, I swear to God. We were deprived of a great mukbanger because of fucking Obama. Here's one of Ethan's best videos. You're wrong about modern art. This video is 40 minutes of some smug cunt explaining
Oh, this is pretentious as fuck. I remember this.
how you're not intelligent enough to understand the genius of this. This video itself is performance art representing a man drowning. Ethan is an all art is political fucker.
There's a political component, right? All art is inherently political, either in its influences, messages.
Yep, this is bullshit. In what way is all art inherently political? I made an album in 2022 that I put out in 2023. There is not one reference that I'm aware of to politics. It's about like mental health and shit. It's about very internal, very alone feelings. How is my art political? I don't understand.
Or implication. 101, guys, this is baby stuff.
When they say that, they don't mean all art is political. What they mean is that there is no art they cannot propagandize. Every single time this comes up, you always see this picture of an anime girl eating a burger, and these guys turn around and they go, that's brand consumerism. They obviously did not make that as a hard-hitting critique of the fucking McDonald's hiring process. When you draw a stick man, does it represent the trials and tribulations of living with Down syndrome? This is why...
Oh my god, I was just wondering if I should like open Paint and be like, is this political if I draw some shit? But he did it. There we go, big Bungie. Based.
Everybody hates you. But it makes perfect sense why these people think that all art is political. These guys can't go to a restaurant if the head chef's sister's husband holidays in Israel.
Yeah, what about the graphic design on Pizza Hut's menu? Is that political?
It makes perfect sense.
That's what piqued me when I saw all these TRAs threatening rape. I hate Alex Jones, would never threaten that. Jesus, yeah. Yeah, the Sandy Hook stuff, like, I find it bizarre. Like, clearly ain't wrong. What is politics? I don't know what you're getting at. You need to speak in full sentences. Sorry, I'm irritated at you because you were annoying me earlier. So if I'm being short with you, I apologize, but just say your actual thing and don't hint at things because that's going to annoy me further.
Sense why they think all art is political. This video starts with Ethan critiquing PragerU on their opinions of modern art. Just to let you know, both of these people are incredibly pretentious, and as comes hand in hand with pretension, very inarticulate. So I will explain all of their arguments in one sentence.
So Ethan is an artist. Concept of all art is political is a leftist idea. Yeah.
It's all less. PragerU's point is basically
Toaster cleaner, for the last fucking time, just say what you think. Stop hinting and say what your thing is. You're annoying me. I will time you out again.
It looks good is good. Now, Ethan has two arguments in this video that are directly contradictory. He says all art is subjective and no piece is technically better than the other.
The profound, the inspiring, and
That I agree with. Here's one thing I will say. Here's an art take for you. If there's a song out there that to almost everyone, except like one person, fucking sucks, and that one person thinks it's really good, I mean, there's a good song in a way because it's doing something for someone. I do believe that.
the beautiful were replaced by the new, the different, and the ugly.
Nah, new art style's ugly. I mean, it's mad. Not only is that completely subjective,
But he also clearly doesn't actually think that because he keeps bringing
That isn't even completely subjective, though. Like, I don't know. You look at a painting that took, like, technique and fucking skill to make, and then you look at someone who just took a fucking chopstick and wrapped a fucking used makeup wipe around it. This is art now. This represents the working class. I threw that too hard. I'm so sorry.
up that classical art is worse than modern art.
Michelangelo carved his David out of a rock. The Los Angeles County Museum of Art just
Yep, even Nickelback, who are a metal band.
offers us a rock.
more deceptive language, more lying by omission. We all know Michelangelo and his classic rock. It's actually called levitated mass, if you even care. I've seen it in person, and it's really cool. It's not just a rock that you look at, like other sculptures. It's a sculpture that you walk under.
This is like the world's first fucking discovered homosexual caveman.
I'm watching a thing about Ethan is Online by Big Bungie.
Mate, you're gonna lose your fucking shit when I show you a bridge.
Levitating mass is built to stand exactly like that for thousands of years. That's longer than David's statue is going to be around, so...
So Big Rock is better than...
An utterly moronic point. An utterly stupid fucking point. Like, yeah, someone using a big rock that you can walk under as like a lodestone versus someone that carved intricately out a fucking thing. A fucking work of art from stone. Like, yeah, congratulations on finding the one way in which the shit that you're fucking pushing is better. Well done, you did it.
David, because it will be around for longer. Despite criticizing PragerU, he has the exact same opinion as them, just on the opposite side of the spectrum. He bases art on its backstory, not on the art itself, which is also ironic, as he says at the start of the video that PragerU are idiots who have to be told which art is good and which is bad.
In an ideal conservative world, art is interpreted for people through a YouTube video full of lying, misinformation, emotional manipulation, false comparisons.
I'm so sorry
But then
about
he
that.
also goes on to say that you can only appreciate
Everything is political. No, nope, wrong, nope, 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 disagree.
not on the art itself, which is also ironic, as he says at the start of the video that PragerU are idiots who have to be told which art is good and which is bad.
In an ideal conservative world, art is interpreted for people through a YouTube video full of lying, misinformation, emotional manipulation, false comparisons.
Politics is around everything. That doesn't mean everything incorporates that. I'm sorry, I disagree with you.
But then he also goes on to say that you can only appreciate art after being told why you should like it.
Yeah, modern art can be weird and frustrating and confusing, but rather than embracing and trying to understand those feelings and why you feel them, so many people choose to let that frustration trick them into thinking the art is at fault. That's not true.
He argues that Robert Kincaid's art is worse than Jackson Pollock's because Kincaid made his art for money, and that's not like a good enough backstory. Whereas Pollock made his painting for like his dog or something. So that's why it's better, you see.
Thomas Kincaid, Robert Florczak, it doesn't matter. Uninspired art is uninspired art.
That's really uninspired. Unlike this white canvas. He also implies that classical art is shit because it was made on commission and not for fun.
So many masterpieces were only ever made because they were commissioned. Like, that's how the great artists survive.
Yeah, what does that have anything to do? Why do you keep asking so many questions? Just get with the program. I'm sorry, I'm not in the mood. I'm off my meds. It's making me a bit crazy. I can't deal with a million questions that I don't really have the energy to react to right now. I'm sorry. Just get with the program. Please, I beg you. I fucking beg you. Oh my god.
Many masterpieces were only ever made because they were commissioned. Like, that's how the...
Does he know that every band with a record label, they make shit for commission? That doesn't have any bearing on the art itself. You get bands that are commissioned by their label to make an album, and they put something out as complete shit because they haven't got any inspiration and they're just shitting something out. But at the same time, you get people striking gold with that shit. So I don't know. Not every band out there was better before they had a label. Not every band out there was better before they could afford to do fucking anything. Commissions are kind of essential for this shit, unfortunately. Like, I hate to say it.
Great artists survived. That was their thing. It's not like the Sistine Chapel happened because Michelangelo was bored after all the pizza he was eating.
Because being a man making art to support himself and his family is a lamer backstory than a trust fund millionaire fucking around. This man is such a fucking idiot. He keeps accidentally agreeing with PragerU's art is based on how good it looks take.
But the first thing you will notice about all of these paintings is that they all look like ass. Oh, I can make that. Oh yeah, can you?
That's true. Like, you're getting paid for this shit and you're working for commission too, in a way.
This is what you made.
So you do think something's artistic worth is determined by quality then?
But his work is clearly restricted, uninspired. It's the same.
Clearly? Clearly how? I love how these pretentious fucks just say, well, clearly it's like this. And it's like, well, clearly by what measure? What are you talking about?
Subjects over and over again. White people hanging out outside. All right, man.
Very limiting.
White people. Yes. Christ. If it wasn't like white people, there's no way he would have said that. White people like this hate themselves for being white. So they remind you at every turn by sticking the boot in specifically whenever's white. You know what I mean? It's sad. By the way, transitioning isn't going to make you less white. In fact, transitioning is about the whitest fucking thing you could do, quite frankly.
It's the same subjects over and over again. White people hanging out.
Yes, I know, by the way, before anyone starts on me, yes, people from other races also transition. But more often than not, it's white people. Sorry about it.
Outside. All right, man.
Very limiting, as opposed to this white canvas. Why do you even hate that? Gives you a good look at the outside world. You never get to see that very often. Can't fit out the fucking door. Also, how
yeah, his opinions just seem like arbitrary. And I'm not saying his opinions are arbitrary, because anyone, like, I don't know, someone might listen to Deftones and say, oh my god, I love this. Deftones is amazing. And then they might listen to System of a Down and say, I hate this. It's the worst thing I've ever heard. That feels kind of arbitrary. They might still have a reason for that, but that's what taste is like. And making these kind of videos about like modern art, you really risk just seeming a bit fucking arbitrary over this shit, unfortunately.
Even judges art without knowing the context, right? That's literally your whole point. But you're choosing to ignore any context around this piece because you don't like the guy who made it. The entire reason he has this ideology, by the way, is because he doesn't want to like something aesthetically that he later finds out was made by a conservative. So he has to preemptively research the entire context behind the art and its creator, just to ensure he doesn't accidentally align himself with the alt-right.
But the first thing you will notice about all of these paintings is that they all look like ass. Oh, I can make that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is what I mean. It seems arbitrary. It might not be arbitrary. You might actually have a thought process here. But this is the risk you take, unfortunately. And it looks meaningless. It looks like you have no idea what art even is, and you're just saying what you see, but filtering it through your ideology, because the truth is, everything is not political. These people want to make everything political. There you go. Bean with bacon. To me, that sounds arbitrary. But it probably isn't. Unfortunately, if you were to make a video kind of expressing that, listening to one song, then a song by the other, and giving those opinions, it's going to seem a bit arbitrary to people. His opinions are not arbitrary. His opinions are popular with his audience. Hey, maybe.
Yeah, can you? This is what you made.
Why in his mind is this worse than this? A piece of art being made by a child at the request of some political...
Yeah, this is what I mean. Like, it comes across extremely arbitrary.
Ideologue with the intent to satirize modern art seems to be, in my opinion, a more interesting...
You don't think Serge has a nice voice? I think he has a really nice voice. I wish that he did more of the singing than, like, the other guy.
Interesting backstory than Jackson Pollock making it for his friend. When I was in primary school, like 9 or 10, one of my friends came up to me and he said, I'm going to draw you a picture. So he goes off for half an hour, laboring away, and then he comes back and he says...
Also, I have a feeling if you saw only ever live footage of Deftones and System of a Down, you would have the opposite opinion. Fucking hell. That's not to say anything. I like both bands. But like, Chino is a bit ropey live, from what I've heard.
He said, I hope you like it. And he hands me a piece of paper and I look at it, and it's just a blank piece of paper with a dot on it. And I said, this is just a dot.
I didn't actually mind the guitarist's voice, but when you have someone that sounds like Serge, like, I don't know why you wouldn't want to use that, you know what I mean? Like, he's a lot more distinctive sounding and has a lot more range, you know?
And he went, yeah, I couldn't think of anything to draw. Is that good art? Because at 9, I thought it was fucking shit. But maybe now, with more age and wisdom, I can think, hey, that should be in a fucking museum. He also seems to determine quality by the size of the image. He keeps bringing up the fucking size of the canvases for some reason.
Does he see how much paint is on this? It's covered, and it's really big.
Man literally has the brain of a fucking ape. I love how he's so pretentious and talking about like the deep societal meaning and shit.
Okay, I'm gonna challenge Ethan on this. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna write a song, and it's just the same chord, but it's the same chord for half an hour. Just keep playing it. Do you know how many times they played that one chord? That's a lot of times. That doesn't make it good though, does it?
Shit. But when you get down to brass tacks, his real praise is just, it's big, there's a lot of paint on there. Now, the real point of this video is that Ethan is trying to vaguely paint Critical as a fascist because his subjective opinion on a subjective medium is too similar to a right-winger's subjective opinion, and therefore he is objectively a Nazi. He doesn't like the fact that Charlie has the incorrect subjective take on modern art.
Exquisite. Like, you have to ask yourself, what's in those boxes? Are we purchasing too much? It's a display of excess. And you see how the boxes aren't all lined up the same? There's a
I can't tell if he's taking the piss or not. Oh my god.
pattern to it. There's order in the chaos. And then you also have to wonder who packed these boxes. Is it Amazon workers that are miserable and you can feel the hate? Is it someone like maybe a home business with a family that packed the... There's just so many things you have to ask yourself. This really is a challenging piece.
Then he doesn't look up what it actually means because Charlie isn't talking about what's in front of him. He's talking about what he thinks is in front of him. I think there are so many different ways to interpret this installation.
Well, no, you don't think that. Because, like...
There can be so many ways of interpreting a Nickelback song. Does that mean that Nickelback song is good or deep or anything like that?
You literally just criticized Charlie for not having the correct interpretation about 4 seconds ago.
Oh, I already hate the way this... I already fucking hate the title. How to Understand a Jackson Pollock Painting. As if
So pretentious.
you're too fucking stupid to get it.
But you don't understand it, though. Is that not your problem?
But you are stupid. You are retarded.
Listen, maybe it's just me, but knowing this, like, mentally ill, manic, alcoholic freak was sitting in, like, a barn, drunk, flinging paint everywhere in anger, gives a certain emotion.
Yeah, the thing is, Toaster, there has to be a political aspect of that piece of art. Everything is political, i.e. every choice you make is influenced by the state of your society in reaction to it. I disagree. I completely disagree with you. I'm sorry. I just don't agree at all. And I think, even if I did agree somewhat, saying everything is political is a terrible way of expressing that. Because when challenged, you have to expand to such a degree that it's like, I don't even know if you're saying the same thing anymore.
To these paintings that I think is very valuable.
That's interesting, that, because you just said Kincaid was shit because he was an alcoholic.
This video isn't even about modern art. It's about tacky, wacky jigsaw puzzle art.
Because he was an alcoholic.
This video isn't even about modern art. It's about tacky...
These people are always disgusting, by the way. Very, very feminine, Ethan. I can see why he became a woman.
Wacky jigsaw puzzle art made by an evangelical alcoholic con man.
I guess Pollock had like the good alcoholism, whereas Kincaid had like the lame alcoholism. I'm sure your dislike of Kincaid has nothing to do with his paintings being representative of God and family values. This guy 100% looks into their early life and finds out if they ideologically align.
Not everything is inspired by politics. Not everything has politics in mind. Not everything has any integration of political whatever. I'm sorry. Like, I think that the idea that everything is political is completely bunk. And I think that removes a lot of agency from people who make art, quite frankly. I don't know, as an artist myself, do I not get to decide what my shit is about? Do I not get to decide if I make music about, say, my personal experience of something internal? Why does that have anything to do with politics?
Before he chooses to like that art. That is absolutely how politically brainrotted he is.
Your appreciation and your taste in art is reflective of your subjective experience, your identity, your personality. These are all factors in observing art. And I think it's far more important to experience and think for yourself rather than letting narratives dictate what you think.
Wise words from the video, you're wrong about modern art.
I'm going to end this video by telling you about one of my favorite art pieces. At first glance, it's just a fan in a room, but the description reads...
I don't think all art has a message either, to be honest with you. I think you can claim it does, but the message is like pretty subjective to people anyway. I mean, what's the message of this fucking fan in a box? Like, I don't know. If you don't have a thing to tell you what it is, then you don't know, and you're just going to make it up for yourself, I guess. Or you're going to be like, this is literally just a fan in a box.
Soon after the death of his lover, Stephen Arabino from AIDS, Los Angeles conceptual artist
Okay, there we go, because someone died. Amazing. Amazing. I'm sure they're very glad that this is how they're being memorialized. I've never listened to Death Grips, and you're a vague poster, so I don't care.
Artist Boscovich discovered that Arabino's family had completely cleared out his apartment, including the artist's possessions, save for the electric box fan in the...
This just kind of sounds like something you'd write a story about or a song about, instead of just sticking a fan in a box. And you have to read the thing to understand what's going on. At least with a painting, even if you don't really understand or care about the message, you can look at it and understand the technique and appreciate that. Politics dictates how we live our lives. Amazing, amazing insight. Sorry, I'm being so rude to people. I don't know what it is. I'm very sensitive today. Just bear with me, I guess.
In this work, an entire person, existence, and relationship had been erased, like so many were during the AIDS crisis. Boscovich encased the fan in plexiglass as a kind of evidence.
Yeah, the thing is, I feel like a lot of these like modern art lovers who go on about like the meaning behind completely ordinary looking things, they usually get carried away in their own shit and get high in their own supply and are more talking about this shit because they think it makes them seem interesting. All their art comes back to AIDS. Oh, is this the AIDS fan? I can't remember. I can't hear the videos very well. I need to sort my sound out one day, but I just kind of throw myself in instead, because who cares about professionalism? Not me anymore, apparently. Fucking hell.
And created cutouts to allow its circulated air to escape and be felt by the viewer, almost like an exhalation. In a sense, restoring Arabino's breath. At least as a facsimile in memoriam, Boscovich makes a tender, broken-hearted gesture towards some form of eternal life.
The other thing is, if everything is political, then what's the point in even saying that everything's political? What's the point in even pointing that out? Like, what point are you making then? Yeah, radiators are better than fans, 100%.
That is a fucking air conditioner. That is a fucking air conditioner with a sign next to it reading AIDS was here. That is a fucking household appliance. That is not art. What else was in that museum?
Yeah. I feel like that would have been better if it was like a story or something, or like a film or a song or anything. I can be rude to you if you want, Harkin. Trust me on that.
Fucking Bill Cosby's air fryer? The plaque reads, date rapist Bill Cosby fried his rice and spaghetti.
I guess, I don't know, let me try and actually make my shit not sound like anti-intellectual BS. I don't know. When I'm writing music, if I want to write about politics, I will. But if I'm writing about incredibly, like, personal and, you know, extremely deep inside issues, politics has just got nothing to do with it. I'm sorry. I'm the same person. No matter if you put me in the UK with our political system, or an African country with that political system, or a Middle Eastern or Asian or American country, I'm still the same person. And presumably I'm going to have the same feelings. When it comes to like internal stuff anyway.
It represents his hunger for sexual abuse. The top comment under this video.
If everything is political, nothing is political. That's kind of what I'm getting at, yeah. It just seems like a very moot thing, you know what I mean? There's a laughter twisting this rant to imply I can dunk on you if your political position doesn't match mine. See, that's why I reserve the right to say that if my art is not political, then it's not fucking political.
Video is, Charlie seems like the kind of person who'd go into an art museum and not read a single plaque. May as well just have the fucking plaque.
It's so pretentious. It's like cringe. Can you imagine being one of those people? I'm sorry. This is so cringe.
On display then, mightn't you? Why isn't the plaque the exhibit? Better yet, just put fucking his corpse in a box and chuck that on display. Based on this video,
You vote every day when you decide how to spend your money. Wow, that's very deep. Have you got any more of those?
I've come to the conclusion that modern art actually rejects the entire notion of interpretation because they all have one specific meaning, and if you don't understand that meaning, then you're doing it wrong, which would explain why these types of ideologues love it so much. As you can probably guess,
If I vote, or if I take a political action every time I move a muscle, then the politics you're like applying to that is meaningless because you're just describing reality, and that's just the state that we live in. Like, why highlight it then? Why give a fuck? You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense to me. And I think that when people want to push the idea that everything is political, it's usually for like their own political reasons. You know what I mean? My favorite art is about self-expression. I like some political art, but I don't think all of it is political. And I think that, you know, you make something that's extremely personal to yourself, and that situation really doesn't have anything to do with politics, then I don't know what the point of like pushing that shit on that art is. True though. Well, if you say it's true, it must be shit. My bad. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But the statement in and of itself isn't wrong. Even if it's not wrong, if it's pointless, then what's the difference? It's the people manipulating it, and I think it's important to highlight what they're doing. That I do agree with, yeah. That's what I mean. Like, people tend to push this shit because they have their own like agenda. And I, as an artist myself, reserve the right to say that not all of my art is fucking political. And it doesn't matter how many people tell me otherwise. Because people aren't politics. And if you write a thing about you as a person, and it's really not about what's going on outside, it's about what's going on inside, is that political? Why does it have to be? Why can't I decide what my shit is about? Buying is political because taxes. Yeah, it's just so, I just find all this so pointless. Like, who fucking cares at that point? Politics is everywhere. Okay, then there's nowhere to. The air is everywhere. Is all my music about air? Because I needed air in order to make music, otherwise I would have been dead. What about food? Is all my shit about food? Because food is everywhere and is needed in order to carry on? I don't see how art has to be about the things that are around all of us. I'm sorry.
Yes, based on all this. Ethan is incredibly politically brained. Probably more so than anyone I've ever seen before. This guy's also
Yeah, this is what I mean. Politically brained. That's why he talks the way he does. Because he wants to push his own politics.
Incapable of talking about anything without attaching political meaning to it. He's also so
disengaging with politics is a political statement in itself. No. Is it? Why is it? Explain that. Justify your statement.
Anti-right-wing that he literally refuses to agree with any opinion, regardless of how normal or positive that he thinks a right-winger could also possess. He bases his entire existence on being a contrarian.
You know what would be great? If people stopped asking me smug questions and just tell me what they think. Well, I think this because of this. Here's my reasons for it. Amazing. That's one sentence. That's one stated thought. That would be amazing. But no, everyone wants to ask me questions. Everyone wants to ask the weirdest question they can think of. It like fucking sets me off, man. I'm sorry. Listen, if I'm being too mean today, I apologize, but I hate that shit. I hate listening to idiot debate bros who can't just say what they think and instead insist on asking smug questions to try and get the other person to say what they think. Just say your shit, man. Fuck me. Anyway, listen, I'm sorry. I'm getting too angry. Let's keep watching.
To the point where he will defend some quite weird shit just to try and own the chuds. And we're talking about a man who said that...
Oh, so this... One of the things I remember him doing was he seemed to think that those like Chris Hansen style sting operations, like they don't get arrests. They're not like valid ways of catching predators. Like literally describing the Chris Hansen shit to dunk on it when that's literally the premise of Chris Hansen's shit, is that that's how he gets people. And he's trying to pretend that that's not a thing. Why? Why? Because predator poachers is right wing? Like, oh my god, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. And he's trans now, yay.
Anti-pedophilia was highly conservative in nature.
The predator, hunter, anti-pedophile dog whistles are extremely right-wing in nature.
I remember that. Oh my god. Oh my god. See, this is where you risk ending up if you get too into the whole everything is political, everything is politics thing. I'm sorry. This is like the logical end game. This is why I say no to that shit.
As if it's like a bad thing. Like, why would you write that into a scripted video? Boggles the fucking mind.
That and the fact that I don't like people telling me what I'm saying instead of allowing me to have my own shit. Like, if I make a piece of art, I want it to mean what I decide it means. You know what I mean? Because it's mine. Like, everything I've made is mine. It's my work, and very rarely anyone else's, because I haven't actually collaborated with many people, you know? So I should be able to decide what it means.
There was another time where he accidentally proved that the gays were more likely to end up on the sex offender registry, but he flourished this as if he'd proved the opposite.
Yeah, it was like, oh no, he's gonna show it anyway. I covered this video. Like, he fucked this one up big time.
Because he doesn't understand what per capita is.
The source that I found on this is a UCLA Williams Institute study on demographics of people in sex offender registries all across the United States. They had to survey people in the sex offender registry to even get the data. So right from the top, basics. 80% of the people in this registry are straight.
Which isn't surprising. This guy was flawed by the concept of walking under a rock. I wouldn't give him fucking crime statistics to play with. But don't worry, his fans are going to explain this.
That's not what that...
Yeah, dude talks about crime statistics. Thinks that stinging pedophiles is bad or right-wing or something weird. When did artists have to explain the meaning of art, whether it's political or not? No one has to explain anything. What I'm getting at is that the person who made the art should probably get the final say on what it means, you know?
That statistic means sexual misconduct is an umbrella term, and by that logic a straight man raping 10 women is equal to a gay man.
So if art is not a political communication, how is it political? Because politics exists around us? That doesn't really make sense to me.
And tapping someone on the ass in a club unconsensually.
You see, the gays were doing the good sexual misconduct, and the straights were doing the bad one, so, like, that's the law. He also
I mean, his shit revolves around that kind of thing. The bad people are doing the bad things. My people, aka the good people, they're just doing the okay things. Like, don't pay any attention to us. Look at these people. What? We've got problems in the trans community with like groomers and pedophiles. Yeah, but what about priests?
brings up one pedo priest and uses that to claim that all Catholics and...
I didn't even remember that this was in the fucking video, but he's just fucking done it. They can never engage with the actual point, which is that pedophilia is bad no matter who's doing it. And if you're seeing it in your community, you should probably have something to say about it. I don't know, is that Blair White in the background? But like, here's the thing. Why is it only Blair White types that call out like pedophilia in like trans circles? You know what I mean?
Conservatives are pedophiles because of course all Christians are conservatives. That's how it works. That's the law.
It's no news that the Catholic Church is full of creepy freaks, but all these conservatives all say the same shit about gay people. John Roach was a Catholic archbishop in the Twin Cities from the 70s.
How are you're just like them then? You're just pointing at someone else. Society is insufferable for politics. Toaster cleaner, do you know how to do anything except vague post? Do you know how to do anything except vaguely allude to something? Are you a Philosophy Tube fan? Please tell me if you're a Philosophy Tube fan, because that's the vibes I'm getting right now.
Until the 90s. It is pretty extensively documented how much of a pedophile defender Archbishop John Roach was. He literally had the sexual assaulter of multiple boys.
What was that, sorry? So who did he abuse?
Yeah, cave paintings are very political. All the cavemen paintings, it was about the bourgeoisie, actually, and their assaults on the working cave people. You know what I mean? He trans himself to try and help his failing career. That's a real political statement. Yes, true. Was this chat born without a hairstyle? Oh my god.
Multiple boys.
Was it really that hard to find a fucking straight Catholic pedophile? You could only find a gay one? Why even bring this up as a fucking point if you're trying to disprove the gay groomer narrative? One of the most prolific child molesters.
Working theory is he doesn't actually give a fuck. This is how he makes his money. All he has to be doing is making the correct message in terms of vibes. And the actual content doesn't need to matter too much. That's why when I get criticisms from these kinds of people, like these woke kind of people, what happens is they just criticize the vibes. They'll scroll through a few of my fucking titles of videos and be like, oh, why'd you go after trans people? Instead of bothering to watch any of it and understand the actual content. It's because if you look at the content that those kinds of people like, aka this, it's riddled with fucking inaccuracies.
In the Catholic Church was in fact gay. This guy just owned the chuds. He destroyed that gay groomer narrative. What are you gonna bring up next to disprove the narrative? Fucking Nambler? How strange is it that Nambler exists and yet Republicans live in North America? Is that really a coincidence? Another character that Ethan has tried to take down with his finite wit and intellect was Alex Rosen. So what happened here is that Ethan saw this guy go on Matt Walsh or some other Daily Wire show, and after that he researched him and said,
listen, It's never going to be not hilarious to me when someone goes after someone and only succeeds in like self-reporting.
What does this guy do? Oh, he arrests pedophiles? Guess I'm down with the pedophiles. Team pedo for life. He starts.
Has Ethan got a receding hairline? He might, to be fair. It's hard to tell. To be fair, if he actually goes on HRT and this isn't just a fucking desperate grift, then maybe it'll help him.
The video by weirdly defending EDP because Alex Rosen was bullying him.
And so he and his weird little cameraman are just harassing EDP.
That's harsh. That's how he's still a.
Oh, they're just harassing a pedophile. I'm like, why do you care? This guy's gross. I remember this sting, by the way. They didn't handle it amazingly. What they were doing wasn't really that great. They didn't do a very good job here. I have reason to believe that predator poachers have done much better work than this. But like, why play defense? Why play defense for someone like this? There's just no need to. You never need to defend someone like EDP. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Human. He's still a human being. This sets the tone.
Oh, this guy's trans. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that a trans person loves to play defense for pedophiles, because that never happens. We don't have any problems with fucking pedophilia in our midst. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the weird neotenous shit that sits side by side with like weird childish fucking... No, I fucked that up. Don't worry about the weird neotenous childish shit that always sits side by side with weird sex shit. Don't worry about any of that.
That's how he's still a human. He's still a human being. This sets the tone for the rest of the video. He then criticizes jokes that Alex Rosen made when he was like 19, because edgy jokes are, of course, worse than child sex crimes. In his defense, leftists do tend to be quite consistent on that one.
Breaking any laws? I don't know what the laws are in private sting operations.
Private sting operations? I don't think that's a thing. He's just making stuff up.
Private sting operations aren't a thing. Bro's never heard of Chris Hansen, I guess. To catch a predator? What's that? He even disliked the video. What little fucking freak.
Doesn't know what private means. His girlfriend does OnlyFans. He has no concept of privacy.
Even if it was like private, that would imply...
We need to make that a diss, by the way. Your girlfriend does OnlyFans. I'm down with that. I'm down with that for fucking real. What? Your girlfriend does OnlyFans, mate? Shut up.
He was like licensed as a private investigator or something.
No, it doesn't. It implies private is in not public. Do you think something being private means it's professionally certified? Do you have certified fucking Down syndrome?
I mean, you texted her like 4 times in a row, multiple times.
Yeah, he criticizes this because he's like just talking to the guy as if he has to be like screaming and sawing the fuck out at him. When in truth, usually if you want to get someone talking, you don't attack them, you like talk to them, at least somewhat empathize with them, and come across like a human being that is not 2 seconds away, one tiny wrong sentence away from springing out of the seat and smashing your fucking face in. Like, fucking Ethan was fucking criticizing Alex Rosen for just kind of being chill when he's getting information from him. He's, you know, this doesn't need to be a fucking scream fest. This doesn't need to be a guy sawing out at another guy. None of that needs to happen. He's got the evidence. Like, he's bang to rights at that point. He doesn't need to do almost anything. You know what I mean? And yet Ethan's still got a problem.
Me first.
I do think that because this guy keeps repetitively engaging these people, clearly, you can't arrest him for that.
This guy ended up getting arrested because of this. Ethan responds with the classic, who?
He's so clueless. Like I said, this is like Chris Hansen kind of stuff. You can't arrest him, is the guy you're referring to, arrested. Did you arrest him? See, it's just about the dunk. He knows how unbelievably wrong he is. But he's found that tiny little thing that he can use to pretend that he's got the upper hand and that he isn't a fucking ridiculous human being making ridiculous points. It's so obvious. And he's trans now. Amazing. I should soy out with all the people. Oh, you're trans now. Please be my friend. We can be trans together.
Who arrested him? That's great, man. Who did you get that from? Vosh?
Many things fill lakes and rivers.
He's such a bitch for posting so fucking rude about this old man after the fact. When if you watch the video...
Complaining about someone being rude, like fucking hell. As if this fucking loser has never been rude to anyone. But it's fine when it's the right target, I guess, which is anyone that anyone wants to fucking... Jesus Christ. By entitling an artist with the final say on what their piece communicates, low-key terminates the whole form of communication part. What does that even mean? Can you stop saying nonsense and like actually say sentences that makes any fucking sense? You gave the definition of politics. Amazing. You're really helpful. You're really helpful. I'm glad that you told me what politics is. It may be used as a communication tool. It will be interpreted in a variety of ways. Mate, just give up on this. Just give up. Stop arguing with me because you have nothing. And it's obvious you have nothing. Because you vague post about shit that no one fucking cares about. Because we moved on ages ago. We're talking about this guy doing non-topology now. And you're still making stupid points. Yes, an artist has the final fucking say on what their shit's about. Otherwise, how is a fan in a box about AIDS? Because the guy said so. Because that's the story behind it. Holy shit, what is wrong with you? Oh my god.
He's talking to him like it's his literal grandpa. I don't want to have to use the text against you. Guess I gotta read them now.
Based on this clip from Ethan, I presume he wanted Alex to have a heated in-person debate on the benefits and drawbacks of—
Yes, you see what I mean? There was no need for any of that shit. He's got him. You can just sit there and chill. Hey, this kind of looks weird. Why'd you say that? I think Alex is doing pretty fucking well here. Live debate went never, because I can't be fucking asked. I have better things to do, like literally anything. Thank you.
Of pedophilia.
He wasn't talking to a little girl. He was talking to a guy pretending to be a little girl. It's not illegal, unfortunately. Playing pretend, you can't bring that into court.
He keeps saying this throughout the video despite it not being remotely true. I don't know how he can be so smug about such obviously incorrect information. I knew that wasn't true, and I'm—
Because it's not about being right. It's just about vibes. It's just about pushing the right message, even when the message is extremely garbled. The actual content is very secondary to that. It's very vibe. Listen, this guy used to— I don't know what his relationship with fucking Hasan is. It said musical artist after ethanisonline. I actually want to fucking kill myself seeing that. Jesus fucking Christ. Why is it saying fucking... Okay, I look up ethanisonline Hasan, and I get shit about H3H3. Obviously, I'm not looking for H3H3 shit. Fucking Google. I don't actually know how much ethanisonline existed in the Hasanosphere. By the way, I'm really sorry. I'm probably not getting to this fucking Matt Bernstein thing, because it's getting on a bit. As it is. Maybe, let's see. You're wrong and gay, that's my final statement. Wow, amazing. Have another timeout. I'll block you next time. How about that? How about that? Keep saying utter retarded shit in my chat. Telling me that everything's political and then defining politics. Like, well done, amazing. You're really clever. You're really smart. No one has ever been as smart or as deep or as intelligent as you. I hope you're happy. Truly, I do. Okay, as I was saying, I don't know to what extent ethanisonline was in the fucking Hasanosphere, but this is all about vibes. It's all about just picking the right side and then just pushing for that side, no matter what the content. The content is completely secondary. It's about sides cuck behavior. It's about being a partisan fuck.
I'm not even a pedophile. This guy's gonna find out the fucking hard way. The police are gonna come in, they're gonna see Ethan with a child. It's his nephew, he's babysitting. It's just a coincidence. There's nothing malicious going on.
Well, he's trans now, you know. Odds are.
The child's kneeling down.
That's a joke, by the way.
Wearing a blindfold, because they're playing a game. Ethan's trousers around his ankles, because they fall.
Yeah, Ethan Klein has more shit about Hasan than ethanisonline. The thing is, Ethan Klein and ethanisonline are extremely different search terms. So it makes no fucking sense why I can't find anything about what I'm actually looking for. I'm sorry. Like, do you want me to type them out? Do you want me to type ethanisonline and then Ethan Klein just to demonstrate that those are very different things? Because I can. We can do that if you want.
Falling down, okay? The vicar's sat in the corner watching because he's just a family. Actually, I don't know this man. I've never seen him before in my life. I've never even met Father Nevers. In these texts right here, it says, "I want you to suck my dick blindfolded whilst the vicar watches. Do you remember sending this? I never sent anyone a message like that, sir. The username is your full legal name and your social security number. Now I'm remembering it, but like I never knew they were 13. We didn't say their age. Oh my god. Suddenly I feel very sick. Can guys go to the bathroom real quick? Thanks.
What if Ethan wasn't online? Then the world would be a better place.
Like, this dude probably makes plenty of money off this shit, but he's not paying for therapy. He's not getting these guys into like a housing that's away from like anyone they could do any harm to, that has no internet. He's not doing shit.
You see what I mean? Nothing's good enough. Yeah, well, what about this? And then you address that. Yeah, well, what about this? There's always something. There's always something with these people. Because ultimately what he wants to do is shit on a person that disagrees with him. Got nothing to do with any of this shit. Got nothing to do. This person doesn't give a fuck about pedophilia. If he did, he wouldn't divert every time someone points correctly out that there's problems in like LGBT spheres when it comes to pedophilia. But no, he diverts. It's because he doesn't give a fuck about pedophilia. He cares about dunking on a fucking right-wing chud like Alex Rosen. Wow. At least Alex Rosen is doing something in the world. What the fuck are you doing?
Shit. And he gets called a hero for it by hogs like Michael Knowles.
So that's what you spend your time doing, is it?
He's just upset that someone likes him and no one likes you. Like, fucking hell.
Raising money for the most downtrodden people in America. Child rapists. He's literally sweating whilst he says that, by the way. He's sweating like...
Because he knows. He knows what he's doing. He knows that playing apologia for pedophiles, defending pedophiles, is fucking gross. But he has to do the fucking partisan thing. He has to take the side. He has to go against the side that he doesn't like, at all costs, even if it makes him sound like a pedophile defender. And now he's trans, great.
Well, he's sweating like a nonce. I don't think we should send child abusers to prison. That's a bit harsh. Maybe we should get some housing for them. Let them keep their video and live streaming equipment, maybe. Just an idea. Best part is after he got absolutely destroyed over this retardation, he starts virtue signaling about how would a victim feel if they watched this.
Yeah, they can never just take the L as well. People like this, they'll never concede. They'll never take the L, even when it's defending pedophiles. If I saw some overpaid hog, why does he say the word hog so much? Like, what is this? I mean, has he seen himself? Sitting for tea with the man that groomed and assaulted me. Sitting for tea. He got the man fucking arrested. This person is the most disingenuous person in fucking history. And then he comes out as trans. Oh, I want to be honest and genuine with you guys. Please love me, folks. I know I defend pedophiles, but please love me again. Please watch my content. I don't want to work at McDonald's, please.
Softball interview. So, bro, you don't even want them in jail.
If you like the stream, please like the stream and whatever. The description, you can look at links. I don't know. I don't fucking care.
How would victims feel if they saw you housing and feeding the pedophile that molested them?
Is it just because they're idiots?
Are they idiots?
Hog is a Republican. It sounds like he's fat-shaming Alex, to be honest. Loser incel, trying to find a place to belong. Yeah, fucking hell. I suppose he's not an incel, actually. Although other people fuck his girlfriend. Cops are pigs. No, cops are humans, typically. I don't think there's ever been a pig cop. Unless they need pigs to, like, sniff for truffles that have been bootlegged or something. I don't fucking know. And Republicans defend cops. I'm not a Republican, and I'll defend cops all day if you want me to. Who the fuck defends pedos? Ethan is online. Also, every other partisan fucking hack that is either now trans or is going to be trans soon. Can you see why I have a bit of a fucking bee in my bonnet about this shit yet? Jesus fuck.
Yeah, I'd say a lot of them are, but you know,
Okay, Michael Knowles is a fucking idiot.
Like how he's getting offended on behalf of the pedos. No, you're the idiot! You're the fucking idiot!
19 years old, I've always wanted to be a police officer. I couldn't do that in Houston, Texas, where I'm from. At 19, you gotta be 21 to graduate the academy. At least that's what it was a couple years ago. I don't know now.
He doesn't want to be a cop anymore.
Oh, just stop fucking eating. Listen, here's something very, very simple and basic. If your job involves talking into a microphone and basically nothing else, why the fuck would you be eating and talking at the same time as part of your job? What, so your fucking words are completely garbled? And anyone like me who has a bit of a fucking sensory problem Cannot fucking handle it. Amazing. Amazing. So inclusive, Ethan. So fucking inclusive. Stuffing your face on camera and making everyone with misophonia fucking scream and fucking run away.
Even wait 10 minutes. Can't go 20 minutes without...
Listen, that is the most tiny little minute argument of all time. But these fucking people, they insist that they are so inclusive, and every time they end up tripping on hurdles because in fact, most of these people don't give a fuck. Most of these people couldn't care less. It's all pretend. So they don't actually care whether they're being inclusive or not. Got nothing to do with inclusivity. And inclusivity, when you take it to a certain extent, becomes a paradox.
Eating. After the swift and immediate blastback he got from this video, he's
Yes,
going...
oh my god, Big Bungie, please fucking give him all of the shit for fucking eating and fucking making a video at the same time. Couldn't have eaten beforehand? Couldn't have eaten afterwards? Like, Jesus fucking Christ. No wonder he's fucking fat.
10 minutes! Can't go 20 minutes without eating. After the swift and immediate blastback he got from...
Listen. I know this is a really stupid point to care about. But, I don't know. Some people have problems with this kind of shit. I hope all of these people that can't go fucking 10 minutes without shoving shit down their face and trying to fucking talk at the same time. I hope people bully the fucking shit out of that shit until people stop doing it. That was the worst sentence of all time. I don't care.
In this video, he starts going into Alex Rosen's DMs and calling him a clout chaser for responding to a video Ethan made about him. Ethan does this a lot where he goes to people's DMs and Alex Rosen's DMs and calling him a clout.
Look at this. It's so transparent. None of these people ever want to defend their arguments because they can't. He has punched himself in the face over and over and over and over and over again. This whole time, finding tinier and tinier little victories to grasp instead of just admitting that he fucked this up and that he's defending pedophiles and that, yes, stopping pedophilia should probably be a bipartisan fucking endeavor, that we should be able to come across the aisle and be into, you know what I mean? A right-winger catches a pedophile, fucking great. A left-winger catches a pedophile, fucking great. What's wrong with that? And instead, you like shit on him. And then when he's like, oh hey, why don't we talk? No free clout, sorry creep. He's scared. He's fucking terrified. It's pathetic.
Clout chaser for responding to a video Ethan made about him. Ethan does this a lot where he goes to people's DMs and starts acting like a tough guy. Ethan's a tough customer. You see him in a corridor about him. Ethan does this a lot where he goes to people's DMs and starts acting like a...
What's up, bitch? Sounds like you have a lot to say to me online. You want to talk again? See, he's literally doing the thing that he's giving someone else shit for doing to him. Probably much more politely. If not, get my dick out of your mouth and make some real content. This is a woman now, by the way. Woman, get my dick out of your mouth. How many women were talking like this not all that long before they started transitioning? You know what I mean? Fuck off.
Like a tough guy. Ethan's a tough customer. You see him in a corridor, you think you're getting past him? I like to see you fucking try. Seriously though, he looks like one of Jake Paul's hemorrhoids given life and a fucking craving for cock. He looks like Sam Smith's skin cancer. He looks like the runner-up on an interspecies dog show. He looks like Kurt Cobain after the suicide.
Sam Smith's... Oh my god, that's hilarious. This bipartisan in support of them, yeah.
Anyway, he keeps arguing with Alex Rosen on Twitter, refusing to bait him live, which was a good idea because he would have been fucking destroyed. After people kept calling him a weird freak for running the pedo protection patrol, Ethan hits us all with this tweet. Really cute to keep making videos harassing a victim.
This is what I mean, as well. He'll do all the... He'll fucking shit on people constantly. A lot of women say suck my dick where I'm from. How many of them have actual dicks? I tell you what, if you've got gender dysphoria, why would you talk about your penis? Why would you refer to your penis? Especially to someone you don't know. How many of the women say suck my dick to people they don't know where you're from? And if they do, why the fuck do they say that to people? That's weird. Like, this is so pathetic. This fucking crybully shit. It makes me so angry. Disgusting.
You know?
I'm so sorry. That's just... Where was the Sam Smith skin cancer thing?
fucking try. Seriously though, he looks like because he would have been fucking destroyed. After people kept calling him a weird freak for running a cock. He looks like Sam Smith's skin cancer. He looks like the runner-up on an interspecies dog show. He looks like Kurt Cobain.
It's an insult. Wow, amazing.
And after the suicide. Anyway, he keeps arguing with Alex Rosen on Twitter, refusing to bait him live, which was a good.
Yeah, like, these people that, like, they won't talk to you voice to voice, but they'll insist on, like, going on and on and on at you in, like, Twitter or, like, in your comments or something. It's just deranged. Like, if you really care that much, then why not talk to the person? You know what I mean? What's wrong with that? Why you gotta be a fucking pussy and, like, keep it to fucking keyboard warrior shit?
Good idea because he would have been fucking destroyed. After people kept calling him a weird freak for running the pedo protection patrol, Ethan hits us all with this tweet. Really cute to keep making videos harassing a victim of multiple CSA for calling out the unethical and suspicious practices of a YouTuber wannabe cop. Seriously, fuck.
Okay, does Lil Kim have gender dysphoria? Let's all throw every dumbass fucking example of people saying weird shit my way. You know what point I'm making. Can people use their brains today, please? Please expand your brain sideways a little bit to make room for the shit I'm saying, because it makes sense if you don't insist on trying to poke holes in every tiny thing. Oh, what's the tiny thing I can get you on? Oh, I didn't think of that. A woman says, suck my dick. Sake, man. Fuck's sake. That's not even, like, keep my dick out of your mouth, and then they transition. I'm sorry, can you not understand the irony of that? Do I have to fucking explain that to you, all you people as well? What is going on? Fuck me. You people are fucking crazy. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'll calm down. I will.
Fuck all of you. You're defending an actual predator, but you don't care because you want the content. You're sick. If I saw some overhated hog YouTuber sitting for tea with the man that groomed and assaulted me, I'd be sick to blah, blah, blah. You know, you get the idea. He fucking got raped as a kid. He's never been happier since. This is a classic leftist tactic, by the way. They'll go super hard on someone, calling him a Nazi and a pedophile, and like...
It's called cry bullying. You know, does anyone know who Sophie Molly is? Or pissed off lawyer. Hey, Amaya, you're still here. I'm going to shit on your friend Erica again because she's a fucking loser. Pissed off lawyer. The kind of person that, like, at J.K. Rowling constantly. Oh, J.K. Rowling is such a fucking bitch and a cunt and all this shit. And then J.K. Rowling finally responds. And they cry about, like, the harassment they've received. As if they weren't literally doing the same shit to another person. And now it's coming back to them. It's like, suddenly it's bad. It's pathetic. It's called cry bullying. And this person is a fucking serious fucking cry bully.
Like whatever else they can come up with. Then as soon as they get a response, they turn around and start crying about how much of a victim they are. Like a little bitch. Next up, we got the super mega situation. Now, before we start with this...
Okay. I think this is probably the major factor in ethanisonline's shit going south. The super mega shit was absolutely unhinged, ridiculous. Listen, if I say something is unhinged, take it from someone who knows, okay? I'm unhinged enough to know firsthand what unhinged means. Who's saying Lil Kim is trans? No. What I was trying to say is that it's really fucking weird to go on about, use like suck my dick and like insults and stuff, and then literally become trans. Because it's not very womanly. And then people can't understand what that means and insist on telling me that women say that. Amazing. It's really got nothing to do with what I'm saying, though. Ethan looks like Andrew Paul Wachowski. I mean, Ethan is a troon. Like, Ethan literally has come out as a troon, so hey.
I want to let everybody know that I hate literally everybody involved with this, including the victims. So we got Tweedledum and Tweedlestick, the Golem, Venereal Disease, gay, and fucking gay. A simple summation.
By the way, two of these people, one of them being Ethan, the other one being someone called Nick is Not Green, they were like close friends, I think, before this. Not anymore. Nick is Not Green was also involved in this like cancellation attempt, but somehow like his conscience got the better of him in the middle of it, and he bailed. It's amazing. Even Ethan's fellow fucking bread tube freaks started realizing that this was too rich for their blood.
Summation of the entire situation is that Ethan's girlfriend is an OnlyFans model, and due to the process of time, is quickly losing her career. She was banging some super mega artist and decided to accuse him of rape a fair few months after sucking the dude off.
Second is Don holding Lex in his arms. Lex replied, "Strange woman fresh from the ocean."
This woman has a type. She was also a jobless NEET who was scrounging money.
Okay, so J.K. Rowling blocked her in August or September, and she's still harassing J.K. Rowling, because I saw a thing the other day about how transphobic she is and stuff. Why is your friend talking about J.K. Rowling at this point? Why doesn't she just shut the fuck up? Like, listen, you can be friends with who you want, but Pissed Up Lawyer is a fucking freak and a fucking crybully, and I do not like those kinds of people. People like Pissed Up Lawyer are literally part of the reason why our shit has gone so south. No one wants people like that. What he likes doing is asking an incredibly obvious question with an incredibly obvious answer, and then people will answer with the incredibly obvious answer as to why what he's saying, what the reason for that is. He'll ignore all those and then go to the ones just calling him a prick or a woman or something, and then just soy out at those. I'm sorry, Amaya. Your friend is a fucking crybully piece of shit. And that's all there is to it. He's a harasser. He's a disingenuous fuck. Why do you keep interpreting people saying things against you? It was a funny thing. A YouTuber said, sometimes something can be funny and stupid, depends on the person of the context saying it. But I'm not sure what you're referring to, James.
Money from Super Mega and was put up by them for 6 months until they told her to get a fucking job and kicked her out after she had turned down an offer of $10,000 to spend on an apartment. At this point, she decides to make a video explaining how Super Mega had covered up her fake rape and forced her into crippling homelessness.
And then they word stuff like, I have to feel like I owe them something. I don't owe them anything. They weren't charging me rent. They said I could stay there. You know, if he didn't like me there, he could have done a lot of different things. He could have just opened his mouth.
This clip is how you know that this woman is a cunt.
By the way, does anyone want to tell me that this person isn't being skinwalked by her own boyfriend? It's not that uncommon, by the way. You hear quite a lot from these like trans widows about how like their husband or partner started like trying to look exactly like them. Is weird. I mean, look at this hair. You've got the bob cut that then gets longer for no apparent reason. That's literally what Ethan's hair looks like right now. Look at these glasses. Basically the same. It's creepy. It's disgusting.
There was some of a shit going on, like a e-whore morgue pie getting used for her body.
What happened with me and Matt was he led me on severely.
My comment about people referring to women saying about their penis, I don't know, I can't remember anymore. If it offends you, go watch someone else. I'm tired of this shit. By the way, sorry, I'm actually trying to talk about the video. By the way, the reason he's like having to edit this person together is that she's almost incapable of finishing a sentence. Like, I don't remember that much about this person. That is literally the one thing, because I watched loads of stuff about this whole thing because I thought it was disgusting. This person is like incoherent, and that's coming from me again.
What happened with me and Matt was he led me on severely. He basically used me for my body.
As if she
like an OnlyFans model complaining about being led on, used for her body. Okay when you do it to yourself, I guess.
has any actual worth beyond that. And this gay dude crying about people using the N-word. And then it turns out he was routinely flopping the old Todger out and slapping it around the office. Because Not Green made a video pushing the allegations and as such ended up getting the brunt of the harassment. But
yeah, it was kind of, you know, you've got those conspiracies. You've got the guy at the top, that being Ethan with his weird girlfriend. Then you've got, say, Nick is Not Green. Then you've got, like, this guy Leighton who started the whole thing off. The people at the bottom, they start getting bumped off. That's just what happens. When someone starts this kind of cancellation thing, you don't get involved in that shit. You don't help them with it. Because as soon as it's convenient, you're going to be one of the ones getting bumped off. That's how it is.
the thing about Nick is that Nick, he's just the golem. He's just the puppet. Ethan is actually to blame. I know.
Yeah, exactly. This fucking idiot. Don't get involved in this shit. If your friend wants to cancel someone for some spurious shit that may have happened, may not have happened, involves a whole bunch of other stuff that has got nothing to do with that thing happening, why would you get involved in that shit? You're just waiting to get bumped off when this shit starts going south, and that's exactly what happened. And Nick, to his credit, at least realized that this was too rich for his blood, that he didn't want to get involved in this, that somewhere in that bizarre fucking hairstyle that I don't know why you'd wear a hat when your hair looks like that underneath, sticking out like Krusty the Clown. he at least found a conscience in there, which is better than nothing. It took about 1,000,000 fucking years and plenty of doubling downs to get there, but hey.
People will say, Nick is an adult who can make his own decisions. Nick is like fucking barely an adult. Look at him. He's like a fetid little man boy. He looks like a Quentin Blake illustration. Ethan is the real mastermind, even though he admittedly also looks like the Pillsbury Doughboy. When Nick apologized for the video, Ethan kicked him off the band. Literally, they had a band called Queef Fart Ass Shit or something. Pineapple upside down, ya. In the toilet, I make a brown, ya. These guys are both facing 30. One of them...
Ethan didn't make the video because he's a pussy and because he's at the top of the chain. He needs to get his lackeys to do that shit for him so that they can take the heat. Ethan is a disgusting freak, is basically the whole thing. I know 2 trans women from my high school, after they transitioned, both said they were jealous of my looks in high school, now have similar hair. Yikes. Creepy, disgusting, don't like it. That is to hide his blackness. Holy shit.
Of them is facing 30 fucking kilotons. When Super Mega were losing subs, Ethan went on stream with the Super Mega subscriber count in the corner, whilst him and the rape victims smoke weed whilst giggling and pulling up a response.
Yeah, I wonder what this was really about. Was it about shitting on someone they don't like? Was it about wanting to bring someone down? Because it sure as shit doesn't look like it's got anything to do with like any kind of wrongdoing or allegation. It looks like these people want to get off watching someone else fall. Like, it's gross.
Video bingo table trying to predict what they'll say in their response. As it turns out, the response was just a totally
Also, by the way, in general, it doesn't have to be the case all the time. I know someone will find the one edge case to fucking irritate me with. But like smoking weed and then going on stream, especially if you talk about things like politics or like, you know, social shit, it's not a good idea. Like, I guarantee that it's not going to make your life easier when you're constantly forgetting your sentence mid-sentence. And again, I know this from experience. Like, I'm always doing that to begin with. It just doesn't work. And a lot of these channels, they stop giving a fuck. They get lazy. And they start getting self-indulgent. So they start doing things like getting high before their streams. It's for them. It's not for you. It's for them.
Disprove the allegations. So a little bit awkward in hindsight. That's probably why he deleted it, I'd assume. Ethan disagrees, of course, because
deleting videos, always a sign of something untoward.
he later goes on Twitter to prove these allegations are true. This will take all of the knowledge he's gathered over his entire life. He has studied and practiced these complex techniques for years. He builds upon the work of humanity's greatest scholars, philosophers, scientists. He represents thousands of years of human knowledge. Upon his shoulders rests the future of debate and philosophy for years to come. Have you ever heard of Hanlon's razor? Never attribute to malice that which is adequately explained by stupidity. I disagree with that. I always presume malice. Ethan is clearly malicious. He's not just making retard points.
I don't always agree with that. I think stupidity is a better reason for something, plenty of the time. Ethan is an extremely malicious person. You don't cancel someone over nothing allegations out of stupidity. You do it out of malice.
He is clearly intentionally malicious. A lot of time his points can just be totally unwound by watching the original video he's talking about.
Edited a couple videos, had a 4-hour stream that peaked at 56.
Yeah, there's everything they put on the actual guys from Super Mega was just insane. And like, what it sounded like was actually, they'd been putting them up. They'd been like, allowing them to live at their place and stuff. It's crazy.
Viewers and average 23, and then I was pretty tired.
You're acting like this is the hardest thing in the world.
Hey man, so when did he say that? When did he ever say the word hard or any synonym? You have the clips, like you could show it.
Tired, edited a couple videos, had a 4-hour stream that peaked at 56 viewers and average 23, and then I was pretty tired.
You're acting like this is the hardest thing in the world.
Hey man, so when did he say that? When did he ever say the word hard or any synonym? You have the clips, like you could show it.
Tired from what? Content creation is harder than your 9 to 5.
Being a
Owned. I was about to say, you might have a point there, but shit. Guess not. Why is that even an argument? He's both stupid and malicious. I don't know if I'd say he's stupid, to be honest. It's very easy and very tempting whenever I disagree with someone to say that it's stupidity, but truthfully, that isn't the case. And there's plenty of people that I don't like that I would not call stupid, because I don't think they are, you know. However, their whole cancellation attempt was ridiculous. It was never going to work. He was mad they wouldn't let her keep living there rent-free. Yeah. I remember bits of it. That Lex person came across insanely entitled. Like, if some bad shit happened to her with that Don person, then yeah, I feel bad for her. That shit shouldn't have happened. And maybe there were little things that, like, Super Mega fucking said that weren't the most sensitive things or whatever. Like, they were harping on about this, oh, like, I'm worried about it affecting my magnum opus. Like, that might not have been the most sensible thing for that Matt guy to have said. But it's really not much, is it? And truthfully, in those kind of awkward situations, most people don't know what to say. So, like, yeah, the chance of them saying something wrong is non-zero. And to pathologize every tiny thing that people say wrong is just ridiculous. Especially when ethanisonline says more wrong things than fucking plenty of entire countries in the same time period. So I don't know.
Content creator is harder than working a 9 to 5. I don't know how high you are. I don't know.
By the way, I guess I can call myself a content creator. No way in fucking hell that this is harder than doing an actual job. And I hope I never make it seem like that's not the case. By the way, make sure you like the stream and check the links in my description.
I don't know how many G Fuels you've had, but you're 100% wrong.
I'm not going to call him back.
To be fair, August oxymoron, like, what kind of people are, like, higher up in the barrel of, like, bread tube? Like, they all suck. And they pretty much all talk in a really slanted and manipulative way because they can't make actual points in an honest way because they don't have the points to make.
Bad faith. Not because he's not, but because pedophiles have claimed the term. I will call him a liar.
Oh yeah, she kept bringing up the guys. There was a guy that killed himself, and, like, didn't one of them, like, find him or something? And then she'd start berating the way that they were talking about their friend that died. It's like, that's fucked. And it's amazing, like, they get to, like, be the moral arbiters of every single thing other people say. Yet, no one's allowed to have a problem with a single thing they say, you know?
Liar, though, because he is. A big fat liar.
I do believe that there's some people that are just so fucking lazy and they just love to eat junk food and they can't go one day without having a burger shoved down their fucking throat.
That is ridiculous.
Oh, hey, Charlie Dixon. Do you want to be insulted? I'm insulting a lot of people today, apparently.
Ridiculous. I bet if you grabbed Ethan by the legs and, like, shook him, there'd be, like, candies and streaks of bacon coming out.
Obviously, being fat is not a fucking choice. The amount of corn sweeteners and things that do not need them in the United States is
Okay. I need to hear that good several times. I don't know. The thing is, like, people like Ethan that tend to go for a younger audience. I guess they don't have to be as intelligent. They're, like, just as manipulative. Like, maybe they're picking easier targets to manipulate, but I don't know. I could come down on one side of the fence as to whether I think Ethan is stupid or not, but either way, I think there's more criticisms to be made, and I don't know. I guess that's what I'm thinking.
Ethan by the legs and, like, shook him, there'd be, like, candies and streaks of bacon coming out.
Obviously, being fat is not a fucking choice.
Being fat is not a choice. What, never? So nobody is ever fat because she said they didn't care about their friend killing himself. They make jokes about it. Yeah, disgusting. Not her place to say something like that. Being fat is not a choice. What, never? Can being fat never be a choice? It can never be a case that someone eats way too many calories and doesn't exercise enough?
The amount of corn sweeteners and things that do not need them in
This person does not know how to fucking feed himself, I guess. Oh, well, all the food has, like, additives in it and stuff. Then make your own food. Then buy some meat, some vegetables, some kind of starch product, and put them together in some sort of way. Make food where you know what the things are in them. And then maybe you'll have less of this kind of problem. But this kind of person wants to pretend that fat people have no agency in their being fat. I'm sorry. Not all the time. Sometimes you get people with like glandular issues, things like that. Sometimes you get people that have been kind of not treated the best way, didn't get the best start in life, and that doesn't help. But this is utterly insane. And only a wokeoid could sincerely think that they can make this argument. And I'm supposed to think this guy is good. I'm supposed to think this guy is like, oh, he's on my side. Oh, he's trans, you guys. He's sticking up for the transes. No, I'm sorry. That is ridiculous.
In the United States is unreal. Did you know there's high fructose corn syrup in things like chips, crackers?
Chips. Yes, if you're worried about your weight, you should be eating chips, aka crisps, if you're in the UK. A very high-fat food with basically no nutritional value because it's just potatoes, oil, and salt. Maybe some other flavoring, you know? Oh no, you're not allowed to ban Fujoshi. Bars and anime maybe, but not Fujoshis. Fujoshis are based. Don't come for my Fujoshis, please. Feels to me like fellas at my age can't cook. It's bad. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people just want to make excuses for why things aren't their fault. I think a lot of people, like, this is what this kind of content appeals to, is like people that want their problems to not be their fault. Oh, I can blame the government. Oh, I can blame the FDA or whatever. Oh, I can blame the people that put the food into the supermarkets before I buy them. It's pretty insane. Yep, we call chips crisps in the UK. We call fries chips in the UK. I can show you an example if you want after this. Because I'm not going to get time to do the Matt Bernstein thing. I'm going to have to do that another day, unfortunately. Which sucks, but I don't know. Apparently I'm getting a bit angry at people, and maybe I shouldn't be. And I apologize if I'm mean to you today. I don't mean to. I'm just like this today. I'm sorry. I don't know why. It's not my fault. It's not my fault that I say the words that I say and it's offensive to people. Please validate my pathetic existence. Please. I'm seeing about the hairline now. How old even was he here? Jesus fuck. Ouch. Mate. You're gonna need the HRT. Jesus Christ. The thing is, though, taking estrogen and smoking is not the best idea. It does raise your blood clot risk. Yeah, there's loads of processed food in the UK, and presumably in the US as well. The problem is people don't understand that they can buy individual ingredients so that they know what's in their food, and they could learn how to cook, which is not as difficult as people think. Like, there's videos on the internet. I watch like cooking videos and stuff. You can find some very easy and basic stuff that tastes really good, and you know what's in it because you've got the ingredients and you've made it. But the thing is, that's effort, you know, that's personal responsibility, and these people fucking hate personal responsibility. That's the whole point of this shit. That's why he says being fat is not a choice. It's because he doesn't think that people should take personal responsibility for their situations, when sometimes you should.
Bread.
Just list up unhealthy foods. Chips.
Exactly. Fucking exactly.
White bread. Cheez-Its. You take
Okay, the chlorine chicken shit, that's really fucked, to be fair. We were worried about that happening because of Brexit, but I don't think that ended up happening. Sugar content in the US is 3 times as high in the UK. Okay, what does that have to do with people not bothering to learn how to cook? What does that have to do with people not bothering to buy vegetables and meat and some kind of starch so that they know what's in their food and that they're not just filling themselves up with all kinds of shit that they don't even know what it is? So why don't people just learn to cook then? Like, poke. I guess we have some variant of it. And again, listen, if you know how to cook, you can have basically anything. It's not your issue. Well, that would solve a lot of these people's issues. What these people are trying to say is, because the food has got like loads of shit in it, therefore it's not their fault that they're fat. And I'm rejecting that. I'm saying, learn how to cook. Learn some recipes. Tastes way better than overly fucking processed food anyway. Trust me on that, as someone that actually bothered to learn how to cook. And interestingly, I'm not overweight. Hey, crazy. It's crazy how that works. I know I'm British. And here in Britain, we have actual agency and take responsibility for our decisions occasionally. And in America, we just want to blame the government and blame the food industry. But in actual fact, people can make choices and improve their lives. And people don't want to do that. They want to not make those choices and then blame other people for their problems. And that shit needs to stop.
The corn syrup out Doritos, you're good to go. They're made of potatoes, you know. In conclusion, just get a fucking gym membership. I mean,
True. Listen, that's the other side of the coin. Learn how to cook. Get exercise occasionally. With the obesity rates in the US, the problem is systemic. Any individual person, instead of shoveling hyper-processed foods full of sugar down their gob and then complaining that they're fat and that the issue is systemic, any of those individual peoples could learn how to cook, could learn how to make food where they know what is in their food. It doesn't matter about the systemic shit. Any one person could sort their own shit out if they just learned how to cook. Food tastes better in the UK, and it's about 30% less than the US. I don't know how true that is, but fair enough. Some could also eat a little less. Yes, of course, yeah. Portion control. For some reason I'm confident and validated by Mary's lack of male hobbies. I mean, I play guitar. More males than females play guitar, probably. Did I read your comment? No, I'm sorry. We have to distinguish land whales from the more heavyset, stocky guys like bouncers. Well, I mean, yeah, but like, those people typically work out. Those people usually put on weight via muscle, not flab. You know what I'm saying?
honestly, that's like the fix for most of life's problems. I'm well on my way to deadlifting Tipster. Right? I could probably deadlift Ethan, to be honest. Now, everyone should be trying to deadlift Tipster so we can get him out of bed. He thought that this amount of fire was literally the maximum amount of it. Because he only brought like a little sippy cup of gasoline. He didn't even go all out and get one of those big orange cans. No, he just had a little squirt. Just a little squirt of gasoline.
There we go. That's the big bungee video. Ethan is online. There we go. So whatever he says, what we know actually is that his shit fell apart because he made some incredibly stupid decisions, some incredibly irresponsible decisions. Seeing as I just realized I called him stupid when I said I don't know if I think he's stupid. Let's cover all bases. Where's Charlie working at? Your mom's house. Are those kind of jokes still funny? Is it still funny to say your mom shit? But yeah, there we go. Ethan is online, is trans now. Ethan is online, is a pedo sympathizer. There are so many videos about this fucking person, man. You know what, fuck it. I don't know who this maggot blood person is, but we're gonna watch this on slightly faster than intended speed.
Hey guys, I'm still sick, but today I want to talk about something that happened a while ago, and it's just kind of been like swept under the rug. There was this really weird video by Ethan is Online, where he talks about predator catching being clout chasing. And in this video, he defends pedophiles, and he basically sympathizes with them too. You can make the argument that he's just talking about Alex Rosen and not all predator catchers, but it's still very weird. I don't know why I said predator catcher.
That wasn't funny. Just because you said that, I now think that was the most hilarious thing ever, and I'm going to make those jokes at every opportunity. Thank you. I thought this was a Christian stream. I'm trans. What gave you that impression? I don't care. Ethan is stupid. We don't have to give him any grace. Yeah, but I'm at least pretending I'm good faith or something. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm saying. I'm my brain is like expanding at all times and is completely hollow. This guy sounds sleepy. He said he was sick, to be fair.
Yeah, just like that, but I'm not gonna go back and record it. While I don't like Ethan, and I disagree with this video a lot, He does make a good criticism of Alex using children in some of his old catches. I think that's very weird and very dangerous too. I do acknowledge that Ethan did come out as transgender.
Yeah, amazing. Ethan managed to nail 1 point. How many points he made overall? But he got 1 point, guys. He got 1. No, because Ethan was right about this one thing, though. Like, okay, bro. Okay. I'm not saying that this person is doing it, but you get people like that, you know.
But their channel name is still ethanisonline, and I'm pretty sure they go by all pronouns, so I'm going to try to use they them pronouns for them throughout this video, but if I accidentally say he, then please don't make it like a big fucking deal, because they use he and pronouns still. Before getting comments about this, I'm not accusing Ethan of being a pedophile or anything like that. I just think it's very, very weird.
Do you need me to let you in now, or do you need me to let you in a bit?
How he's defending these people. I feel like it is possible for Ethan to get his point across about Alex without...
I tell you what, here's what you do. You use the words, please can you let me in, or something to that effect, and I will go and let you in.
You know, like defending pedophiles. Right here he says that Alex and his cameraman are harassing EDP and asking him stupid questions, which I don't think...
Wait, can you not hear me? Fuck. Do you need letting in now? Like, why don't people say what they mean? This is what I'm fucking getting so annoyed about. People like to hint at things at me and then get angry when I don't automatically know what that means. I'm sorry. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have a look. Guess who's not outside yet? Oh, okay, in a minute. Okay, just say the thing, and I'll open the door. Sorry, it's not you. I'm giving everyone shit today for any and all reasons. Anyone who's been hurt or offended, please feel free to direct your comments to me via Discord in the links in my description. By the way, while you're looking at the links in my description, you can support the stream on Streamlabs. I need an intervention. Oh my god, I'm not even mad about that. I'm still on the bus. Read the words I write. The thing is, though, half of the words you write, they disappear before I can see them. There's always a reason why it's not my fault. It's always everyone else's fault but mine. You gotta understand this. That's why I'm a bread tuber. Okay, feel free to tweet about me and that I'm a terrible person. I love it.
I think any of these questions are really stupid. And to call it harassing, that's a pedophile. They're trying to catch a pedophile. How is that right?
Oh, hi, R. I don't know how much longer I'm streaming for, and apparently I'm going a bit nuts today. But hey, I hope you're good.
Harassing.
So he and his weird little cameraman are just harassing EDP and asking him a bunch of really stupid questions like, why do you do this, man? Do you know that this is bad to do?
He then goes and points out that Alex says that there are some hot 17-year-olds, which that is a weird statement. But Alex was like 19 or 20. And yeah, that is so weird. I don't think that would make him a pedophile if that's what you're trying to insinuate.
One of the funniest parts are when Alex says things like, 17-year-olds are hot, but I wouldn't do anything to them.
I wouldn't do anything with a 17-year-old, but there's hot 17-year-olds.
Oh, no one's trying to make me mad. It's just happening. No, what I'm saying is I found that funny. Don't worry about it.
But I don't go, yeah, when I see a 17-year-old, I'm just like, I can't do it.
The truth is, I do need an intervention. I've needed an intervention of some kind my whole life. So, hey, this is what happens to interventionless people like myself. This is just what happens.
What do you mean by that?
Throughout the video, Ethan tries to like make it seem like Alex is the creepy one for pretending to be a kid and like catching the predators, and that, you know, the predators are innocent because they're not actually talking to real kids. So, you know, that makes them innocent, right? I don't know, I just think it's really fucking stupid, because even if they're not talking to an actual kid, they think they are. Like, Alex isn't like the weirdo for pretending to be, you know, a younger person, somebody under 18 online to catch a pedophile. These are people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, even 60s probably, you know, trying to talk to young boys and girls online. Whether or not it actually is, they think they are. He then says Alex has a weird past online and shows a video of Alex making a retarded joke.
Alex Rosen also has a very turbulent online past.
I have a 3-year-old in my basement that's like lacking vitamin D. I need to give it to her. It's my birthday, so I'm being generous for one.
I know, he made a joke.
One day to her.
I don't think that's what you're supposed to say out loud.
What?
That you have somebody in your face.
I provide her with plenty of D, just not the vitamin part.
Oh no, that's not good either.
So anti-Semitic and a Jew. God, do you know what's annoying? I got up to see if Charlie was outside, and now I'm fucking freezing because this is the only warm room in the house right now. And I probably sound like I'm fucking shaking or that I've been crying or something, which I could have been. I'm a deeply unhappy person, apparently. So that's what people keep telling me anyway. I don't personally think that's true, but people keep telling me it, so it must be true.
Oh, really?
Not as a child.
Well, I was tired of being a virgin, so what the fuck?
Wow.
Yeah.
You can't make these kinds of...
Am I okay if I need to take a break? I definitely don't need to take a break. What I'm hoping is that coming off of my medication means that I'm just a bit sensitive right now, and that as I adjust, I will balance out again. Might not happen, but I'm gonna find out, so.
...of jokes and look like this. Sorry.
Well, this joke isn't funny to me personally.
Wait, what?
It's not the vitamin part.
Oh no, that's not good either.
Oh, really?
Not as a child.
Well, I was tired of being a virgin, so what the fuck?
Wow.
Yeah.
See, that's kind of funny, I don't know.
You can't make these kinds of jokes.
Blink twice, Charlie. Do you not understand why Charlie doesn't really appear on my streams?
And look like this. Sorry.
Well, this joke isn't funny to me personally. You have to admit.
Alright. Yes, I can hear you. Holy shit. Yes, I can fucking... I'm not gonna be... Do you wanna hear a funny story that is totally not helping my case when it comes to needing an intervention? I went food shopping earlier. I completely forgot to put any of the shit in the fridge. I don't know anymore. Anyway, we'll go on for a little bit longer, but yeah.
That there's no, like mistaking that as him being serious. He's obviously trying to get a reaction, a shock reaction. And it's really just a bad attempt, an edgy joke. No, I'm not going to sit here and defend Alex for this whole video, because that's not what the point of the video is. The point of the video is to talk about how weird it is that Ethan is defending pedophiles. Yeah, I will admit, it's just like a bad joke. And you say, well, you can't, make those jokes all looking like this. Well, you look like this, and you're defending pedophiles. I don't know which one is worse.
True. I know which is worse.
Like this. Well, you look like this, and you're defending...
This is worse.
...pedophiles. I don't know which one is worse. Because, like, yeah, Alex is retarded for making those jokes, but at the end of the day, they're just jokes. You, Ethan, you're seriously defending pedophiles. He shows a clip of Alex saying the N-word, and, maybe Alex isn't that bad.
Fucking shit, I said that in front of 216 people.
Oh no, not the N-word.
Here he says Alex is not normal for predator catching, basically, is what he describes. He says Alex isn't normal because he pretends to be a kid online and then shows up to predators' houses.
This man is 23 years old and spends all day pretending to be a child on the internet to talk to pedophiles and then goes to their house. That is not normal.
What does it either? And
just stop eating when you're fucking filming. Oh yeah, I really want to hear you talk. Hey everyone, what if I sounded like this? What if I sounded like this when I was talking on camera and like trying to make points and stuff? Is this helping me come across well? You understand the word I'm saying and shit. Fucking hate it. Sorry, I'm biased. I have misophonia. But just fuck that shit. Just eat first. Or eat afterwards. It's really easy. It's the easiest thing in the world. And he wonders why he's fat. Oh, no one chooses to be fat. I just stuff my face on camera instead of waiting.
it's not illegal to do either. Ethan tries to make it seem like it's like such a weird thing that Alex thinks it's fun to catch predators.
Oh, he's so brain broken. He doesn't take off days. He just sits inside on the internet, probably scrolling Twitter all day long, talking to fucking pedophiles on Facebook, pretending to be a minor every day. Unwell. He said it's the funnest thing I can think.
Just imagine being called unwell. Being called unwell by this person. This person here. Imagine this person calling you unwell. I hope this person calls me unwell. That would be a badge of honor, quite frankly.
And the way he words it, he's like, oh, you like being a little boy online, like pretending to be a little boy online. Yeah, you like to be a little boy online. That's what it is. No, I don't think he's like, yeah, I'm ready to start my day, and I'm ready to pretend to be a little boy. It's not like that. He's like, it's probably more like, yeah, I'm ready to start my day, and I'm ready to catch pedophiles. I'm ready to put these people away. It's not like, pretending to be a little boy is like his favorite part about that. Him defending this pedophile right here it's so weird.
Eat before I mute or learn table, man. Yes, based as fuck. I think I have eaten during a stream maybe 2 or 3 times total. I mute my shit and I clear my mouth before I talk. And I'll even hide my camera because I don't like people seeing me eating for reasons. I've not put my camera back on. There we go. Me.
He tries to make it seem like, oh, this is just like an innocent, sweet old man. When that's not.
The mukbang thing, I guess I do understand it because it's like people see eating as like a social thing. Like, you're eating, you might want someone to talk to. You might want some company. And watching a mukbang might feel like that when you don't have any company on hand. But it's a genre that will be forever alien to me because I have severe misophonia. Especially around eating, people talking with their mouth full, shit like that. It's just an instant reaction that I can do nothing about. It's great. I love it. And then it just comes from nowhere. I'll be watching like a video or something. And then suddenly the person talking is decided that what I need is for him to be much less intelligible and to sound like he's got fucking shit in his mouth. I don't know. Why would you want shit in your mouth when you were talking?
What he is, he's a pedophile who thinks he was talking to an underage girl. And in reality, he was talking to Alex, but he still thought he was talking to a little girl.
He's just talking to this supposed pedophile on his recliner. He's in for tea with grandpa.
Listen, I am always down for watching people not understand what pedophiles things are.
I'm not here to judge you, dude. Like, look, because everybody makes mistakes, everybody talks to people.
I'm not here to judge you.
The other thing is, because this idiot is ACAB, and by the way, ACAB is cringe bullshit. You think I need an intervention? Go intervene on every single ACABer, and then come to me and tell me what my shit is. That's what I think you should do. Because he's ACAB, he has no idea what interrogations are like. He has no idea about like police techniques and stuff. So he doesn't understand what the fuck he's looking at it. But he insists on commenting on it anyway. So that he can defend pedophiles from the evil fucking right-winger. Because we all know, pedophile, right-winger. That's how it goes.
bitch. Dude, I would do the same in your position. You call yourself a pedophile hunter. What the fuck?
Ethan is acting like Alex saying.
Yeah, and he's got the pedophile. Wonder if Ethan's ever seen a fucking leopard hunting. You know what they do? They get their prey, they like hang around with it for a while. You know what I mean? It doesn't make anyone feel like they have company. It just feels like people sharing things publicly which should be private. Well, I don't know, to be honest. Like I said, it's a genre that will forever be alien to me. That's my best interpretation of why someone might like it, but I don't fucking know. ACAB is all cops. All cops are bastards. Cops perpetuate a system that oppresses POC in America, therefore scab. That's a really bizarre way of looking at it. Like, policing is necessary. I know you watch Javan Bradley, and I know Javan Bradley is an utter retard who wants to abolish the police. Because of course he does, because he's a fucking basic bitch fucking leftoid debate bro. He's basically actual Jake, but black. Which, I don't know why you would want to be actual Jake anything. But perpetuate a system, like, there's problems with systems, like, sure. But what the fuck does ACAB do to address any of it? You just want to shit on people. You just want to punish the people that you consider having done the bad thing. Like, people shout ACAB. People complain about the system when someone like George Floyd gets killed. Yeah, he shouldn't have been killed. I mean, does that mean all cops are bastards? It really doesn't make sense. You can't take a system and then take the people in that system and then pretend that they're the same thing. That's moronic. You know how you get rid of the police, stop committing crimes? That is true. Like, I'm not going to pretend that there aren't, like, issues with, like, disproportionate policing and stuff like that. But all cops are bastards is a bullshit emotional response that does nothing. All cops are bastards seems to have come on the back of defund the police. Defund the police went fucking nowhere. In fact, it seems like they did the opposite. Because people have, like, body cams and stuff now. We actually know way more about what goes on than we used to. It doesn't seem like we're having that many, you know, it doesn't seem like the scandals are, like, constantly stacking up, but you can critique how law enforcement works. I'm not even listening. I don't give a fuck. I'm not saying you can't critique how law enforcement works. Why do you talk to me? Why do you come to my stream? Why can't you stop? Just stop. Someone intervene on Toaster Cleaner, please, I beg you. Come at me with this shit. Oh, you need an intervention. Meanwhile, I'm trying to make a point. Well, you can criticize the way the establishment works. Yeah, obviously you can fucking criticize it. But why pretend that the system and the people are exactly the same fucking thing? That's retarded. ACAB seems to have come on the back of defund the police. Defund the police, there was zero fucking consensus on why to defund the police. And what seems to have happened is, like, more investment, more training, body cams and shit. While the fucking movement that's become popular, whatever you want to say, I don't give a fuck. I never heard a single fucking thing about ACAB until after defund the police. So maybe the slogan existed. The bullshit fucking movement as largely fucking perpetuated these days by idiot white people who think that they're being fucking woke seems to have come on the backs of, like, I've got to explain every fucking thing. I'll just fucking end the stream here because I'm a fucking, I can't explain every inch of every single thing lest someone think that I'm trying to say that you shouldn't criticize a fucking system. No, you shouldn't equate the system with the people within it who are ordinary people with jobs that are essential. Yeah, Ginger Blaze, extremely true. Any of you people that push this shit, watch some body cams. One trans bad person don't smear us all, but one bad cop definitely smear them all. To be fair, I do understand why it's not the same, because a cop has a lot more responsibility than a random trans person. But that doesn't mean that ACAB makes any fucking sense. Non-compliance. Here's another thing. One of the things that makes the police more dangerous to be around is if you're the kind of person that has had these ideas about the police all being evil and shit pushed into their head. They get fucking scared as shit. They don't know how to act because they're freaking out. Your ideology is actually putting people in harm's way. And you're actually worse than the fucking police in that respect. I hope you understand that. When you push this like ACAB shit, you're putting people in danger. Because these people then, when they have to deal with the police, they're freaking out. You know what I mean? It's putting them in danger. Like, you're unironically worse than the police at that point. Anyway,
stuff like, I'm not going to judge you or anything like something like that. It's like the worst thing ever. Alex is doing this so the guy might be able to, you know, be more comfortable opening up about that stuff to him. Because if he's like in his face saying, I know that you were texting a little girl, then he's not going to want to admit to that.
I don't know, it just does my head in. Like, I'm as against like police brutality as anyone else. But I understand how when people are getting freaked out by these like ideologue weirdos being told defund the police hurt black people way more than it helped them, probably. Like, these people are like freaking each other out with this ACAB shit. And then you see, I watch these body cams because I actually give a fuck about facts. So I actually watch things and understand the reality of the situation. I understand the humanity in both the bad person, whatever, the person that's in trouble. Sorry, bad person, that's not the right word. The person that's in trouble and the police. Like, if you can't understand that winding each other up about how terrible the police are is not going to potentially put someone in danger when the police are actually there because of their preconceived notions, because of the shit that you've been pushing, then I don't know what to say to you, quite honestly. Like, I'm not like a psychologist or anything, but I understand a bit of like how it works. And I watch it with my own eyes in these incidents that I see. And it sucks. People deserve better than to be wound up with this radical shit that's making their lives worse. And you're complicit in that, as long as you keep pushing that shit.
That, right?
Does he think this is an interrogation?
Does he think it's an interrogation? No.
Robo, are you replying to something from like ages ago? You're just trying to wind me up. Listen, I won't time you out because I don't care to, but come on now.
Oh, it's a confrontation. He's confronting.
Also, the NHS isn't the States. I don't know where you got that from.
him about him.
No, nuance is not allowed. I have to explain every tiny inch of every single take that I make. Otherwise, someone's got something to say about it. Crazy. It's crazy. Nobody pushed anything about the police in my head. Just because they didn't push things about the police in your head, that doesn't mean it doesn't happen. I have watched so many of these things, and I have a decent understanding of psychology and the way that people interact. I see it with my own two eyes. Why do you watch my stream if you don't trust what I see with my own two eyes and hear with my ears? Because it's the same thing. When I watch these like body cams, and I can tell when someone is from one of those like kind of groups where shit like ACAB is being pushed constantly, where they're hearing all of this shit. It's freaking them out. It's making them act in ways that could be putting them in danger. And you're complicit too. Well done. Clarify, no, I don't paint any ACABs in the walls and shit. Good job, amazing, well done. Do you want a medal? I don't think every law enforcement officer is a bastard. Then you don't agree with ACAB. Simple. Stop fucking pushing bullshit generalizations that when someone says, well, that seems dumb. No, actually it means this. And you go off into a whole fucking spiel. That means that your slogan sucks because you have to explain it. And it doesn't even mean what you're saying it means. It means the opposite. It doesn't mean all cops are bastards. Well, not all cops. Well, then why is this saying all cops are bastards? Why? Please. Oh my God. Years ago, took part in an inquiry. Most of the people, victims, offended police, agreed about the changes that need to happen. When people actually talk, like, things can actually happen. Stuff like ACAB is like against coming together and talking. Like, it's ridiculous. You want to radicalize one group against another group. You are going to cause more harm by doing that. I'm sorry. Because you're freaking people out. And they internalize your bullshit ideology. And then when the police come around, oh shit, it's fucking Satan himself. How do I act? I don't know. I don't know how to fucking act around fucking Satan himself. Do you see what I'm saying yet?
Texting a little girl. He doesn't think it's an interrogation. Ethan, I don't know how stupid you have to be, because he's obviously, catching pedophiles. He's doing a good thing, and you're trying to make it seem like, like he's a horrible person.
You can't arrest him for that because he wasn't talking to a little girl. He was talking to a guy pretending to be.
I love it. I'll never get over this. I cannot believe Ethan is online. Who's advocating for it, never suffer the results. That is also true, especially when a lot of this ACAB shit seems to be pushed by like white leftists. You know what I mean? Like there are actually problems with like racism and policing and stuff. I'll agree to that, sure. And like the people winding the people that are victims of this shit up, like half the time not even that demographic. I don't know why I ask people who say this, like, well, why are you defending it then? Why are you defending this shit? Deliberately provocative to pull attention to laws of law enforcement. But it doesn't pull attention to the issues. It just demonizes the people. Toaster cleaner, are you a leftist? How can you be a leftist and believe that shit that you just said? When you're putting the shit on the people, you're claiming that the system and the people are exactly the same. You know what I mean? It's nuts. I don't know what happened in your brain. Everyone hates the cops until they need them. Yep, true. But yeah, what I was trying to say, it's never gonna get old. It's never gonna get fucking old. Ethan is online not understanding like pedophile stings. Oh, they're never gonna get arrested. He's not gonna get arrested for that because, you just agree with the sentence. Why? Everything you've said suggests that you don't agree with the sentiment. I don't understand what you're fucking talking about anymore. I just can't be bothered. I can't be bothered with you. I'm sorry. You've hit my limit. I just can't. I'm just gonna ignore you.
To be a little girl. It's not illegal, unfortunately.
I really don't know what's wrong with you. Really, Ethan, it's just so funny to me how you could sit there and defend this. It's very, very disgusting.
Dude, how are you gonna sit on the couch like that, call yourself a pedophile hunter, sitting like this with him?
Yeah, Ethan, you're one to talk.
Mate, he's got him. You know what hunting is? He's got him. It's done. It's like a leopard sat there with the little fucking gazelle. Like fucking hell. Does Ethan know anything about anything? Does Ethan know what fucking nature is? Does Ethan know what police fucking techniques are? I don't trust cops because my brother was one and I hung out with many. Okay, amazing.
Dog.
He's such a bitch for posting so fucking rude about this old man after the fact. When if you watch,
he's such a bitch and he's so rude. Wow. That's the quickest ironic statement I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, Ethan, you're one to talk.
He's such a bitch for posting so fucking rude about this old man after the fact. When if you watch the videos, he's talking to him like it's his literal grandpa. I don't want to have to use the text against you. Guess I gotta read them.
Yeah, because he's not gonna literally get that shit from the fucking police often work with Plato hunters as long as they conduct themselves properly. Yeah. I mean, look at Chris Hansen. If this idiot knew who fucking Chris Hansen was, he literally wouldn't be saying the shit that he's saying. And it's not like Chris Hansen isn't like famous or well known. Like he's the fucking pedo hunting guy. Why wouldn't he even look up the basics of this? What do the big guys do before I shit on one of the smaller guys doing it? By the way, shitting on one of the little guys, very leftist, very woke. Well done, Ethan.
Read him now.
Ethan, of course he's not going to be rude to him. He wants to have a conversation with him and, get these things out of him. If he was rude to him, he would have been kicked out of his house immediately. You're fucking retarded.
Like this dude probably makes plenty of money off this shit, but he's not paying for therapy. He's not getting these guys into like a housing that's away from like anyone they could do any harm to, that has no internet. He's not doing shit. And he gets called a hero for it by hogs like Michael Knowles.
He's not doing shit. Wow. Amazing. What's ethanisonline ever done to combat pedophilia? Oh wait, no. He sticks up for pedophiles. I forgot.
Yeah, Ethan, I don't understand this. I mean, you say that like, you say this like stuff which is honestly really weird. But that's not the point of his videos. His point is not to like get them help or anything. It's to get them arrested and put in jail.
I think our videos, or at least the intent of them, is to leave no doubt that these people getting exposed and arrested deserve the rest of their life, if not, death in prison.
So what? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. I was just about to ask what his like solution is.
Come on, Ethan, you're acting like that's such an insane thing to say. You don't think that people have done horrible?
Ethan's just bitching because, God forbid, a non-binary trans person gets caught doing pedo shit. Yeah, like, fucking hell. All of these people all they ever do is point at other people. Like, what the fuck has Ethan ever done against these like Christian predators that he supposedly cares so much about, that he'll divert when someone suggests there's a problem in like the LGBTQ fucking community, which there is, by the way. Do I have to start listing fucking people? Do I have to start listing every fucking YouTube creep that happens to be trans? Like, Jesus. Also, you peel back enough the layers. A lot of these social justice campaigns hurt the very people they claim to want to help. ACAB is one example. Yeah, true. I mean, like I said, like, I have watched this shit from like local trans, pro-trans, whatever organizations for years. And it's incredibly palpable when you think about it for more than 2 seconds, how these people are narcissists pushing their own ideology and claiming it's like pro-trans. It's bullshit. Police in my country are either incompetent, poorly educated fucks. Wow, that's a thing you can back up with anything whatsoever. Or to get political opposition. Wow, that's a thing that you can back up with literally anything. They often are unjustifiably brutal. I don't think you even know why you believe the things that you do. I think you probably jumped on a bandwagon. I think you probably have friends that believe the dumb shit that you're currently spouting, quite honestly.
Things deserve to be in prison or even deserve death. If these people have like a past of like, you know, like touching kids or anything, and then now they're online talking to more kids, even if it's just Alex pretending to be a little girl or a little boy, he thinks that's a little boy or a little girl, right? So if he thinks that, he's willing to do it again. And if they're willing to do it again after, you know, going to prison and getting out, and they're willing to do it again, yeah, fucking kill them. They deserve death.
Can't be like the ends justify the means when you've only gotten like 40 people arrested out of like 600 stings.
At this point, we have an arrest in 44 different states.
An arrest in 44 different.
What does he know about stings? He's so clueless. He's just shitting on him because he doesn't like him. He's just shitting on him because he does wrong thing. It's so transparent. This guy doesn't know anything about anything. And yet he insists on weighing in.
State. So one per state out of 600 stings?
Okay, he says Alex has 600 stings or catches, you know, only like 40 or around 40 arrests, right?
Yeah, like what's the normal rate like? What's the rate normally like?
That's still 44 pedophiles being arrested. Whether or not he's, you know, getting every single pedophile arrested, there's still 44 pedophiles being arrested. That's better than 0. That's you know, he's upping the number. So why is it such a big deal? You know, like, tell me, Ethan, how many pedophiles have you gotten arrested? And how many pedophiles have you defended?
This pedo hunter stuff is really gross, really exploitative of people's emotions.
Pedo hunting is not gross, Ethan. And it's not...
Pedo hunting is gross. He said 44 states, not 44 arrests. Fair enough. Listen. Even if he said 44 arrests, like, for all I know, maybe it's difficult to get arrests with this shit. And that it just takes a lot of plugging away to get anything done. And it's probably a bit shit, you know what I mean? Well, because it's controlled by the state. It's pretty fucking obvious if you think about it for more than 2 seconds. And by the way, as I said, at the time, which you could have listened to instead of jumping in on something that I talked about 3 fucking hours ago, I reserve the right to decide whether my art is political. Any artist does. Art is not politics. Art is not inherently political unless it is inherently political. Because art doesn't exist until someone starts making it. And you don't get to tell someone what their motivations or meaning is when making art. I'm sorry, you don't. It might have nothing to do with politics whatsoever. It's like saying all art is basically air because air is all around us and you need air to make art. Or all art is about food because if they didn't eat food, they wouldn't be there to make the art. It's the same thing you're doing and it's stupid. And I'm fucking... I don't know. Can we get interventions on some of you fucking people before we start talking about me? Jesus fucking Christ.
Exploitive of anybody's emotions, Ethan. Pedophiles are not people. Pedophiles are monsters. Right? I'm done with this video. I tried to keep it short. But you know, Ethan's a fucking retard. So yeah, I hope you enjoy.
There we go. Someone called Maggot Blood watching some smaller channels. This video's alright. Corpse husband. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Listen. How it is. Acting on a compulsion is a choice. I agree. How are we doing? How are we doing? Oh my god, I'm getting out of breath. I'm very irritable today. I do apologize if I've offended anyone. The thing is, if people say dumb shit, I reserve the right to have a problem with it. If people push extremely harmful things like ACAB, I reserve the right to have a problem with it. And yes, I believe that things like ACAB, which only serve to sow distrust, is retarded. I think air and politics are different categories of things, but that's just my one delusion, I suppose. Most people think air and politics are the same thing. I don't know what that has to do with what I'm saying. I write about my own internal shit that would be there, whatever the political climate was. And my feelings about it would be the same no matter what the political climate was. How is that political? Because I live in a political system. I live on Earth. Is all art about Earth? A song that's about a person is not about Earth because it's about that person. That should be self-explanatory. I don't know why I should need to explain any of this shit, but hey. Anyway, how we doing? No, it's been fun today. Listen, I'm sawing out a lot. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you check the links in my description. You can listen to my music and explain to me why actually I'm not writing about anything except politics. I have written stuff about politics, mostly stuff that's not been released yet. But it was always something I used to avoid. And I used to just want to express myself. But hey, check the links in my description. Make sure you support the stream. If I get enough money, then I'll be able to afford help for my extremely fucking obvious issues, apparently. Maybe I'll get that intervention that I've needed for so long. Who knows? Dumbass leftists think cop bad, get rid of cops. Yep, true. Generalize all cops as evil. Sow distrust within your community, and then when the people that... What is it about? What is what about? I have loads of different songs. I largely write about like personal shit. And most of that personal shit really has nothing to do with politics. The choice to follow compulsive behaviors, I agree. Am I giving you anxiety? I'm so sorry. A lot of people are very uncomfortable in the presence of mentally ill people. What happens is people like to say that they care about mentally ill people, but often what they find is that the actual reality of what mental health is. I have one about TRAs. Well, I say TRAs. People I know. I've got one about my frustrations with not being able to get to know people in trans circles because it's all about pushing an ideology and not about just being human beings getting to know each other. Lots of stuff. When I eventually get round to actually showing people some of the stuff that I half made and then got so fucking sick of making music and being around people that don't give a slightest fuck about what I'm doing, people will hear it, hopefully. The sad part is, I stopped caring about making music. I stopped caring about going out and doing gigs and shit. And I actually have way more listenership on like Spotify and stuff. It's like 30 something people, which sounds like very little, but to me that's a lot. Like, what I think my album has been purchased about 8 times. Like even a number like that is like crazy to me. So I actually really appreciate it. It's a shame that, you know, I didn't want this shit. I didn't want to live my life this way. I didn't want to be this angry and this fucking irritated with everything. But it just kind of went that way, you know. And yeah, like I said, a lot of people claim their support for like mentally ill people, but the truth is a lot of people are made very uncomfortable with the reality of what it's like to be mentally ill and what it's like and how those people express themselves and stuff. That's how it is. That's been my consistent experience. So hey, I don't know. I think a lot of people lie about a lot of things. I think a lot of people want to big themselves up as things they are not. But it is what it is. The world exists as it does. I do not like a whole hell of a lot of things. But at the same time, like, I'm not unhappy. I'm just frustrated at a lot of things. And people mistake that for me being angry and intolerant and aggressive when I can't remember the last time I physically laid a finger on someone. It was a long fucking time ago. Why did I stop making music? I lost my passion for it. Like, I couldn't do gig after gig watching fucking headline bands walk off when my singing starts, if not, haven't been anywhere near the fucking room the entire time because people don't give a fuck about listening to each other anymore. We don't, we're all just interested in our own shit and don't give a fuck. I reach out to labels. I mean, I've never been at the position where like reaching out to labels is worth doing because the first thing that they want is to see that you've got like a established fan base, you know what I mean? And we just don't. And that's fair enough. I'm not good at promoting myself. The thing about music as well is like if you wanna get anywhere on social media, you have to be able to like put out content like consistently. Like how I'm doing now. But like I don't know how I do that with music stuff.